good evening.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. We are here with Hard Knock Dice for our sixth episode of Ghost of Saltmarsh, our Ghost of Saltmarsh campaign, which is fun and exciting. It's a month and a half we've been running this game already. That's crazy. Not nearly as long as our other game. But anywho, I'm Ian. I'm our dungeon master here for Saltmarsh. I play in the Eberron campaign on Saturdays, and these gentlemen around me are assorted friends for the most part, most of the time. Majority of whom play slash DM in our Eberron game, and Christopher, who is it's his first game of D&D that's been going on for more than like a one shot. So it's fun and exciting. Yes, I know. Julian, our friend, our fish boy, is currently absent. He is. He will be joining us later. He just had some RL, some old real life stuff that is having to be handled that could not really be delayed. It was a bit of an unexpected issue. So, but he will be joining us later. So he'll just miss out on a proportionate amount of loot. Probably, we'll see. Depends on how generous everybody's feeling. But anywho. To get into a little bit of good gracious recap, currently the mission that our party is upon is to deal with the seaside operations of the smugglers whom were residing in the cave below the haunted house a little bit outside of Saltmarsh. They have made their way out kind of stealthily, a little bit trying to be deceptive before immediately going into just an all-out brawl to the death with the crew of this smuggling vessel. This last episode, they slogged their way through all of their opponents, even as they came in multiple ways from below decks and then guest quarters to victory, and having a couple of lizard men captives who they then proceeded to question. And came to the realization that they weren't there just as hired mercenaries or anything. They were there to ensure the safety of some cargo that their tribe had purchased, which was weapons. After a little bit more pushing, they were able to determine that these weapons were meant for a impending war with the Sahuagin, that the lizard folk, as well as their allies in the Keolinth, Lakotha, and Merfolk, were preparing themselves for, wrapping up with getting through the first handful of rooms, finding a pretty good find in a box of electrum ingots, as well as some foods and stuff that Bart perhaps values more highly than the money. We don't know, and a little bit of dart action for Gloob as he opened that chest, actually, which, poison immunity comes in handy, doesn't it? And I believe that is where we left off. So, gentlemen, I'm going to move us over. I guess I'll move us over to our little battle map so we can people kind of where y'all are at on this boat. You can see the just absolute carnage that is the end result of last session. So,
it's a lot of dead bodies.
Y'all have
a lot of dead people.
Yeah, there are a couple of you that are currently standing in the what was the lizard man's quarters, where y'all found the most valuable bit of loot as of yet. Ned's resting, and at least a couple of you are out on the deck. That man had a hard time. And what are y'all doing?
We've searched these 4 rooms in this
Correct.
section of the ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
All that side of the ship that is currently revealed on the map, y'all have been in.
All right. Well, let's continue on with the rear of the ship. Or do
do
we want to take a short rest?
I don't know about you, but that hurt like a bitch, so I'm gonna sit down for a minute.
All right. Well, I mean, we can. There's an adequate amount of a kitchen here. I can whip something up real quick for us to nom on.
I'm gonna open this door.
Which door is that? The one you're standing immediately in front of?
Yeah, the one that I'm standing in front of.
Julian's rifling about through people's pockets. He'll kind of glance over like, "Are you sure that's such a good idea? Splitting us up like that?"
I'm just gonna open the door, see what's there. I'm not gonna go inside.
All right. Julian kind of wander up behind you and say, well, let's not go too far. We don't want to split up too much.
Of course.
Oh, shit. Whoop, there goes a D10. So Julian's on your back there. You just popping it open.
Yeah.
All right. So you just kick open the door. That's not revealing, you stupid fucking computer program.
Tell us what you really think of it.
That's how I feel, man. It's stupid. And you are greeted by what appears to be a bedroom.
It's a Dracolich. Oh no.
It's a Dracolich. It's actually the Kraken is in here, like I was talking about earlier. This is where it resides, is in this bedroom right here. So yeah, you bust open this door here, old Jakob, and you are meted. You are, I don't know. You are met by. There we go. Fucking hell, words are hard sometimes. I'm sorry. But you open it up and it's very clean in this cabin, Jakob. It's much more so than you've noticed in a lot of the other rooms y'all have been in so far, and most especially cleaner than the deck, which is currently heavily coated in gore. And all there's several pieces of furniture in there, chairs, a bed, all of which are in good repair and seem to be pretty nice, well cushioned. Seems like just from a visual that the bed isn't like filled with straw or anything. It looks like it might very well actually be filled with feathers or other nice cushioning. There's a single bunk though. It's nice but simple linen. It's up against the bulkhead running along the side of the ship next to a wooden partition sectioning off the corner near the main deck, which is, that you see kind of down there on the bottom side of that map. There's a writing desk set against the hull toward the back of the boat. It has a drawer on each side of it, and there are 3 trays on the top. Also on the desktop, you'll see right near the trays, you see an ink pot, a couple of pens, as well as like what appears to be like a small knife that you would use to kind of sharpen your quills, like one of those smaller things, and a kind of pewter container that seems to be resembling a pepper pot. Against that desk is an upright, like a nice like a seating, writing chair next to that desk, and a smaller kind of medium size wooden brass bound chest that looks to be also pretty like worn, but in very nice construction and kept in good repair. On the far side, there's also a leather couch, which I'd say is especially notable for you, as well as a bear skin rug lying across the deck. You can see a large metal box underneath the couch, as well as a lantern just hanging from the ceiling that is currently not lit.
Okay. As I said, I'm not going in.
Okay.
Just more wanted to make sure everything's clear.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna head down and check a listen this time.
Taking a listen at this bottom door. Which door? The one that you're standing right next to, or the one below that?
One that I'm standing at, if that doesn't lead down.
I mean, you'd have to open the door to see, but go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
That's a nat 20.
A natural 20? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, so 21.
21 total with a natural 20. I will say that given it's a natural 20, that you can kind of hear from some creaking and groaning, that there doesn't appear to be, it doesn't sound like there's a large open space on the other side of this door. It kind of, the way like sound creaks and kind of a little bit of very faint echoing sounds like it is heading downwards.
Okay.
The empty space that is beyond that door.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume that's going downstairs, and
Okay.
I'm gonna check a listen on this last door as well.
Okay.
That's all right.
Roll another perception check for me at this door as you put your ear up against it.
That's a 3.
Total?
Yep.
Try as you might to get a listen here. It kind of seems like maybe the wind and a little bit of the rougher waves have picked up in the few steps it took you to get from that last door to this one, and it's just too loud. Like the slapping against the hull of the boat, you can't seem to get a good idea of what's beyond this door.
Okay. I'm gonna leave that one.
You're just gonna leave it closed?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess by this point, are y'all just like sitting yourselves down over in the lizardmen's quarters?
After I load up the electrum into the bag of holding, just the bars themselves, throw them in there. I'll close it and latch it back, and then walk out here. I'm trying to move the stream. Well, you know what? No, there's hammocks in here. I will lay down and hang out and take a short rest.
Before we do that, I'm gonna move the lizard men into one of the back rooms because I don't want them like flopping off the side of the ship or something.
That's fair. All right. So you're just trying to haul them into one of the rooms that y'all have already explored.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can keep them in here with me. I'll watch them.
You just sitting in the kitchen.
Yeah, I'm cooking.
Yeah, I
We're
got you.
taking an hour off. I mean, I'm gonna make some grub. This is gonna go to waste.
All right. Julian will, once he's caught on to what you're doing, is gonna help you get those lizardmen in there. The one that you interrogated at this point, he's still just completely dejected. Like he doesn't even fight you. Like you kind of have to drag him to his feet before he'll put any weight underneath him. But he just kind of is like won't not meeting anybody's eyes as you kind of take him in there. The other one, he's not actively fighting anymore, but just glaring at everything around him the entire time. And you kind of get the feeling maybe you should make sure there's like a little bit of space between him and the other one.
All right.
I'll give you that. It's some pretty outright hostility.
So maybe one in the more passive one in the back store, and the aggressive one with Bart.
Yeah. Both Ned and Julian after Ned almost immediately after seeing Gloob lay down and that there's places to lay down there, drags himself from the side of the deck and just collapses into this other hammock in the room with you, Gloob, just without like a word though, just kind of like some faint groans and like is instantly unconscious. Like dude's just, like fast asleep.
I'll tell Bart about the room that I found and the door heading down. And I didn't check the other room. Just kind of pass that along.
All right. Well, sit down and make yourself comfortable. Should be ready in just a little while. It's been a long time since I had bacon. Feels like I don't know, a full week. Just smoking a pipe while cooking.
Where'd you say you put the other lizard man?
Yeah, like
just one in the. So you have one in the storage room, one in the kitchen.
Yeah, the more docile one in there, the one that's kind of hostile, in the kitchen, so we can
keep an eye on him. Yeah, he's at this point he's not trying to break his bonds anymore, but he's clearly unhappy at this point. Not a happy camper. He's also still beat to hell pretty bad, so he's kind of like, as you guys, unless there's anything else you guys are y'all just kind of cooking, hanging out, getting some rest.
Yeah.
Julian's doing much of the same. Rather than laying all the way down, he's kind of over there, leaning up against that boat on the outside, kind of resting his eyes a minute. But even these two lizard folk, you kind of check on it. You have the one in the kitchen and the one that's off in the other room. Taking a look at them every now and then. They are just kind of like eventually kind of nod off and seem to be just in a relaxed like, oh, I'm in a lot of pain kind of stances. So
yeah, I'm probably going to use my unseen servant to go ahead and help me fetch things that I need from the hold and stuff like that.
Right.
It's because also I'm tiny.
Right.
Or
yeah, this is some cooking where like you probably are gonna have to drag one of those like smaller boxes out of that storage room because it's made for regular sized people, so you need a little bit of a stool to be able to get on top of the counter.
Smells like home.
But it tastes better.
I'm gonna duck my head out at the door Julian, did you check those bodies out there for anything?
He's kind of picks his head up off of like his cross forms. And, yeah, I went through them. Got some trinkets and some just random just cash that they had on them.
All right.
Cash. What's cash?
Who's that?
Is that a kind of tobacco? Give me some.
All right. I assume we just get all rested up and.
Yeah, you spend a hit dice as you would like.
Okay.
What do I do with hit dice?
So
Yeah. Heal up.
yeah, you can
okay.
use them to heal.
So you got two d10 that you can roll if you so choose, plus your con mod.
Yep. So, and each of them you roll, you get to add your con mod to. So if you roll 2 of them, you're getting 2d10 plus 2 times your con modifier back. Which I assume, I can't remember exactly how much health Cody has actually. I assume
3, I think.
he would want to spend his hit die.
Yes, he has 3.
He has 3 HP. Yeah,
Yes.
That boy's struggling. He's having a hard time. I will get him some HP back. If he would like to re-roll it himself when he gets here, then by all means he can. I rolled really good for him though, so maybe he shouldn't. So, yeah, no, it would be like that sometimes.
I'll spend one as well.
40, 15. Yeah, he's back full.
After we get all rested up, I'll go in there and after we get all of our food and stuff in and all that good stuff and get some health back.
Right.
Like, all right, I feel a little bit better and I'm not bleeding as much. Are we all good to go now to explore the rest of this place?
Sure.
Or y'all want to start?
Leave these 2 up here, or should we tie them to something?
Let's have Ned watch them.
Ned, like, while he looks better than he did previously, still kind of nursing like his side where he got clubbed / stabbed a little bit a few times. He just nods and goes, "Yeah, I don't think that's too bad of an idea. I can keep an eye on things up here. Though you guys hopefully save a little something for me, right? I appreciate it.
Sure.
This has been quite the deal here. Quite the job." Kind of makes his way into the kitchen and finds himself drags himself one of the chairs from the lizard men room, and so he can sit and kind of keep an eye through the door leading into the storage hold as well as the guy that's in the kitchen itself, and just plops himself down.
Yo, if anything happens.
Oh, I will. Don't worry.
I think we should probably start with the door next to the stairs heading downstairs. It looks like either a captain's quarters or a first mate's quarters. And it looks like there were 2 boxes in there.
Okay.
Could be something good.
Well, let's go check it out.
All right. Were they locked?
I did not go in.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to potentially put myself in danger without my friends.
All right. Are these 2 locked? Or the 2 chests?
There's a box and a chest, and I believe they are indeed both locked.
They're both locked. Okay.
No.
I would first learning my lesson on the last one.
This guy right here.
Perfect. I'd like to check it for traps first. We'll start.
Okey-dokey.
We'll start with the chest.
Which the chest?
Yeah, I'm gonna check the chest for traps first. Learning my lesson from the lizard folk stuff.
Double guidance.
All right, go right ahead. Roll that thieves' tools check for me.
Okay. 13 for traps.
That's what the D4.
Sorry, you did say you were rolling an investigation check first, and you said this is on the chest.
Right.
That's what the D4.
Yes, that's what the D4.
Oh,
You
yikes.
give it
I
you give
rolled
it
really low.
a good look, see, kind of being a little more cautious from your experience in the lizard man room. You don't really see anything. This one looks like it's clean.
Okay, perfect. I'll open it right up then.
All right, go
Guidance
ahead.
again.
Now roll that check for me.
I actually just lost my D4.
I'll roll it for you.
Yeah, roll it for me.
4. Hell yeah.
Sick. 13 with proficiency bonus 16 plus dex, right? So plus 4, so 18 total.
18 total.
Yep.
All right, just pops open like butter.
Awesome.
And you
Hell yeah.
swing it open.
What hits me in the face?
Nothing hits you in the face.
Just a hand.
Nothing hits you. Nothing hits you. But
What do we see?
You open it up, and you see a sight that's quite familiar, actually. There's 5 more of those same ingots that are in this chest as that were in the lizard folk chest.
How many were in the lizard folk chest?
10.
10.
So we have 15 of those things?
You do.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what y'all's how familiar you are.
What kind of check would that be to see how familiar we are?
And isn't it pretty common in this world?
I'm really not sure. I mean, you would know. I'd say it's pretty easy for those of you that are especially from, the places that trade in coin a lot more to know that this is Electrum. You probably wouldn't know just off the top of your head how much this much of it is worth.
Right.
Gotcha.
You're like, this,
But-
you definitely know it's valuable, but you couldn't put like an exact number on it, not just
Kinda-
for like free anyway.
5 times more valuable than silver and half as valuable as gold.
Yeah. You know it's valuable, like, and this is going to be worth a pretty penny, but you're not going to go, oh, I know this is worth 75 gold and 20 silver. Like, you can't pull an exact number out your ass. Just,
Gotcha.
you know it's going to give you a lot of money.
I just kind of glance back to these guys, open the bag of
Mhm.
holding, and just all 5 of them go into the bag of holding.
Yep, there you go. Okay.
I'm gonna
Go
before you
ahead.
do that, I'm gonna kind of like get you guys in close and be like, okay, I say we give Ned 2. No matter what else we find, just 2.
Well,
Blue
Well, I
just
mean-
stares at you, his mouth agape, and just looks at you in disbelief.
well, we can negotiate with Ned later what he feels like he deserves. Right now, let's continue looting this place.
Oh, all right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll turn the glue like,
Wow.
There were 2. There's that metal box underneath. I think the couch.
Yep, there's a metal box underneath the couch.
Okay, I'll check that. I'll unlock that in just a second. DM, I would like to roll an investigation check just to check like the seams of this chest, just to make sure there's nothing else like hidden below or anything like
The
that.
chest itself, sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Roll an investigation.
guidance.
You roll that
Your
D4.
Did you find?
Yep.
Okay.
I haven't dove underneath my desk yet. So 11 plus investigation, which is 0, so 11.
11.
Yep.
You run your froggy hands along it, check to see if like the bottom kind of wiggles around or pops out. Kind of all the stuff you would expect for when you're thinking like some extra maybe hidden in a container. Doesn't seem to be anything in there. It seems to be
Okay.
it seems to be just a transportation device used for some valuables.
Is that a Freudian slip there? Did someone
No,
else?
you're welcome to
Looking at
jump
this?
in it. It's not gonna take you
It's-
anywhere.
It's the teleportation
That's-
chest.
That's
guys.
just I'm fucking stupid and can't talk. So that's
Blue
it's
just
it's
sits
a,
in the box.
I'm a dumbass slip. That's what that is.
I'm a dumb.
I will make my way over to the box itself
Okay.
and check it for traps before I attempt to open it.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll an investigation check for me.
Guidance. 2 again.
14.
14 total.
Yep.
This one is, you're looking over it just as carefully as before, and it's not quite as innocent as the one previous. You can see that there are some mechanisms, like you kind of lift up the lid just enough to where like it catches on the lock, and you can see that there's some mechanisms in there that it looks like something would swing out if this was opened just nonchalantly.
What kind of check would you like me to make to disarm said trap?
I'd say it's a fiddly job. So it's another thieves' tools with dexterity.
With guidance. 3.
Oh yeah. 15 plus 6, 21 plus 3, 24.
Hell yeah! Like now, since you know it's there, easy as pie. Like you get Bart or somebody to kind of keep the lid held up as high as it'll go while it's still remaining locked. You can get a couple of your thieves' tools and you wiggle them in there. It's a pretty simple mechanism. You're able to hook your thieves' tools in there and kind of pull off what appears to be like a small spring, as well as just taking off a couple of the smaller pieces, which you will render it unable to swing at you once you open up this chest or box.
Awesome. And I still need to roll to unlock it?
Yes.
Okay.
Again,
just
with the
another thieves'
guidance.
tools.
2.
Even better. 1 better. You said 2?
Yeah.
So it'll actually be the same roll.
23
20.
total?
Yeah.
Like there's not even a lock on there. Like thieves' tools go in, click. Like almost instantaneously. Doesn't seem like the lock on this one was very good. And it's maybe why they had the trap on there.
It's unlocked the whole time.
So yeah, you're able to flip that open, and you can see the remains of the trap that was in there. It seemed like a simple it would just swing the blade out as it opened up, which kind of slice you up a bit. But inside of it, oh goodness, you see some. There's several maps in there that looks like they've been folded up and placed down in there, as well as you see 2 familiar vials that can like slightly different make and looks like it came from somewhere else, but easily identified as potions of healing, as well as 1 smaller vial that's in kind of a more murky, almost kind of clear color. As well as there's also a key kind of hiding off to the side.
A key, you said?
A key.
All right.
I'll just so everybody showing back to the party before it goes into the bag of holding, showing the bag, the potions of healing, and the 1 vial. Bart, you know what this is? Just kind of swirl it around for him to look at.
I don't know, but maybe I can figure it out.
Yeah, but do you have herbalism at all?
I do.
You do? Just roll an herbalism check for me.
Pretty sure I do.
If not, knowledge nature will suffice. Okay. There you go.
Awesome.
Herbalism. Yeah, knowledge nature or herbalism, whichever you prefer.
22.
22. Easy enough. You couldn't have identified it just off of straight visual, though it does look familiar. You pop open, the cork, kind of take a whiff of it in between, kind of looking at that and how small the vial is. You feel pretty darn certain that this appears to be a dose of antitoxin.
No, this right here is supposed to be in case probably if somebody poisons somebody or something like that, this will help with the toxins in your body. It's an antitoxin.
Oh, I think I got some roots in my pack that I think make this stuff. Okay.
Yeah, it could be helpful.
I'd like to check the drawers.
Okay. If you would like to do that, go ahead and roll an investigation check for me.
Guidance. Let's just check the whole room. I will aid him, actually.
Okay.
Is that a D4 as well?
If he's aiding you, then it's at advantage.
Oh, okay. So first one's 15, second one is 8. So I'll take the 15.
I dropped one of my thieves' tools under the box over here, guys. Give me a second.
Hey, that works. Okay, so 15. What was the total, Christopher?
Advantages both rolls?
Got it.
No. It's the higher roll with whatever bonuses you have to investigation. So it's a 15 plus
15.
just 15. Oh, you have nothing. Okay.
15.
Heard. Okay. Okay, yeah,
Oh,
so
wow.
you go to pull out you go to like investigate the writing desk, pulling out the drawers and stuff. And you see on it that there's one that one of these appears to be seems to contain a bunch of weirdly pretty well categorized like receipts and bills that would be associated with some pretty common marine supplies, so like the purchase of rope and the purchase of extra sailcloth, that kind of thing. Like that you just see kind of skimming across the top that there's the purchase of that big thing of water that they had over in that other room. But that in another you see that there appear to be something that are a bit of little, like, it kind of makes your cheeks warm a little bit. Looks like the captain here was popular with a few handful of ladies around some ports. Which from that you actually learned the captain's name was one Sigurd.
Sigurd.
Sigurd, yes, Sigurd, and his nickname Sigurd Snake Eyes seemed to be what he went by.
Is there a torch nearby? Like,
There's not a torch in there, but there's the see as you can kind of gather, this is the captain's quarters. He had a lantern, so he got a little nicer for lighting.
Is it lit?
No, it is unlit at this time.
Okay.
It'll seem one of the only other things that you find in there is a document that's on really rough paper that's really broken common, but it more or less boils down to a request for more weapons that you can kind of gather is from, in a kind of as per our previous agreement kind of thing, like a confirmation of sale almost, signed with a pictograph down at the bottom of a stylized lizard with a forked tongue sticking out of its front.
I'm gonna take the things that made my cheeks warm.
Okay.
Just gonna kind of like, I don't know, get them together,
Uh-huh.
and then whenever we leave, I'm gonna throw them off the side of the ship.
Okay. This man said,
Gotta
"Fuck your
protect
love
the
life."
and no,
You think there's gonna be like any kids on this boat? Like,
I'm protect. Hey, this was meant for the captain. The captain's dead. Nobody else needs to be reading.
It'll say there's also
Jakob's collecting his dildo and weed and tossing off the boat so his parents don't find it.
there's also a second smaller key that you find in one of the drawers, kind of up under all the documents.
Nice. Well, anything else y'all see in here that we can search?
And I'm sorry. And there's also some random like other maps that are like the coast and like all the watery coastal localities. They're like sea maps, like their routes that they took, that kind of thing. So the like general knowledge stuff that it looks like, that's just kind of standard boat fare when you sail about.
No, oh, okay. So it's not. It's just maps. It's not maps of routes they've taken.
The ones that were in the desk.
Okay.
These are separate maps from the ones you found in the box.
Okay.
If you wanted to take any time to look at the ones that were in the box, those appear to be more of their smuggling routes. Specifically, you would note that there's one that appears that looks like it leads into the Dunwater.
Okay.
That is specifically marked that's more crude and rudimentary in its drawing, and seems to be marked in a similar way to that paper as a similar paper that was That was the letter from the lizard folk. Talking is very difficult. I'm so sorry.
Been a day.
Apparently.
Maybe Hannah would like the rug, and I just kind of kick the bearskin rug.
That's pretty nice.
It's a very kind thought of you, Gloob. Let's I'm not sure it'll fit into your little bag there.
If we roll it up kind of tightly, will it fit down
I would
there?
say, yeah, if like there's a couple of y'all making a concerted effort to roll it as tight as you can fit it into the thing. It's not like giant, but it's definitely luxurious.
You know, Gloob, rolling up this rug for some reason is made me remember. I'm sorry I called you a pet. I don't think you're anybody's pet. I was trying to trick the guys on the deck.
Understood.
Why would you even say that? I mean, obviously, you didn't mean it.
I just wanted to make sure that Gloob knew that. I don't want to hurt Gloob's feelings. He seems like a very nice frog.
What a nice guy.
All right. Give this place one last. Anyways, that's weird. But we'll just give this place one last look over, and then go somewhere else. I'll do one more investigation check to make sure we didn't lose anything. Any art on the walls or loose floorboards or anything sneaky.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for me.
I will aid him.
Sick. 11. That's a 5. I'll take the 11 for a total of 11.
That's with that was an advantage?
Yeah. I rolled an 11 and a 5 plus 0.
Okay. So you take a last look around the entirety of the room, kind of peek, like messing with the boards on the walls, like taking a look under the bed. But it seems don't seem to find much else. There wasn't really any art in here. Looks like he mostly kept stuff that was easier to show off his wealth and luxury, that wasn't just gonna like go flying off the wall in the middle of a more violent storm.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's all that's in here.
All right.
Well, let's move on.
All right.
Go.
Excuse me, Julian.
Yeah, Julian just kind of hanging out by the door, just keeping a look, kind of peering about the sea. You know, while y'all seem to have a pretty good handle on the findings of any actual loot. But he's just kind of pacing around the deck, following you guys across.
Well, that next door, it sounded like it went down, but we can open it and see what's behind it.
Yeah, sure. I'll open the door right up.
Okay, you just open up the door, and lo and behold, it reveals exactly what Jakob suspected, and it just seems to be a second stairwell going straight down, almost identical to the one right next to it.
What about that one, Bart?
I'll open it and peek inside.
Okay. So
listen, man, we all got our ass kicked tonight. There's a reason. It's okay if we mess up some words.
Yeah, you open it up and you just kind of see a similar, but not nearly as nice, room, as like, you know, directly opposite. You look on in there, and you kind of take note of, oh, good gravy. It's still nice, just not quite as opulent as what was the captain's quarters that was above you guys. It is very clearly one of the only rooms that is meant to house a singular occupant. It's still tidy and of fine make. There's another single bunk that's of just plain but well made linen, head against the bulkhead, similar to the one directly opposite it. There's a polished wooden table sitting off there to the side. You see that has several, that's bolted to the floor with several chairs around it. On that table, you see a silver bowl containing an assortment of fresh fruits, as well as a silver carafe that seems to be half full of a lighter red liquid with a matching silver goblet sat next to it. There's 2 upright chairs that are with a thin padded leather. And on the deck towards the stern is another wooden brass-bound chest similar to one that was on the other side, with a pair of very well-polished black leather boots, with another one of those hooded lanterns hanging from the ceiling, unlit currently.
How
Yeah,
big are
let's
the
take
boots?
that stuff.
They look, strangely enough, vaguely drow-sized.
Wizard boots.
They look like wizard boots, yeah.
Was the drow? I'll peek back outside. Wait, what happened to the? Does the drow have any boots on?
Are they
peek out-
shoeless?
No, he's not shoeless, but these are like nice boots. You can kind of peek up. You can still kind of see like a bit of 1 foot up, like that seems to be visible from over there. And they look like rougher, more like work boots.
Yeah, Jim.
Like those aren't gonna like slip and slide on a stormy deck. While these are very clearly for show. These you click your heels together, get all fancy like.
I'm gonna try to slide my froggy foot in there. They fit.
I mean, just find fit. You can put your feet in them.
You know,
but,
my feet pretty big comparatively to my actual size.
So you'd probably like get like your foot kind of in there. If you try to walk around in them, you know how dogs walk around when they have like the shoes on? It'd be kind of like that.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna check underneath the bed.
Yes. All right. Go ahead. Roll an investigation check for underneath the bed.
Like, oh, are you looking underneath the bed? All right, I'll check this top shelf over here.
Yeah. I rolled a 5.
Looks like the underneath of a bed. You think you might spy kind of like balled up in the corner like a sock.
Don't touch it.
oh.
I'm gonna move the bed to get to the side.
It is bolted to the wall, so
Never mind.
it depends how bad you want to move that bed.
Jesus Christ! You said there was a box in here.
There's another chest.
A chest.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it locked as well?
It is indeed locked. You go over there, just kind of.
I will.
Good.
I will try to unlock that chest.
Okay.
Guidance.
Roll a thieves' tools check for me with your D4. Mondays are terrible for talking.
15.
15? Alrighty. You open it up on there. Immediately to a kind of hissing sound as a noxious cloud pops up directly into your face. None of you happen to be right next to him when he was doing this, did you?
I don't know. Where am I at on the map?
I think you were searching the shelf, and he was up under.
He was up under the bed. He did guidance you
there.
though. Did you stick around after slapping him to like see what was in there?
It's probably behind him, not like next to him.
Okay, if you're behind him, all right. Gloob, make a con save for me.
Is it poison?
Nope.
And I'd be next to him.
Is it? It's not poison.
Would you be right up next to him? Would you be
If
within
I'm checking
5
underneath
feet
the bed.
of the chest?
If I'm checking it, and if the
It's
if the
5
chest
feet
is,
of the chest. It's right there.
then yes.
Oh no!
Also roll a con save for me.
19.
19 for
Hell
you?
yeah.
Okay. What about for you?
14.
14? Y'all are fine.
Okay.
Y'all, as it kind of poofs up into your faces, and you just kind of get it inhaled because you weren't expecting it. Y'all start, but like Gloob, you more or less like completely shrug it off. Like it makes your head feel kind of tingly, but you're like, whew, whatever. Yakov, on the other hand, like It takes you a second. You start to feel like really tired for a second, but then you just kind of are able to, as you get a few more lungfuls of regular oxygen, you're able to just you shake it off.
Why are there so many traps on this boat? Ah,
Oh
What was
God,
that?
Jesus.
y'all all right? That smells horrible.
I think so.
Yeah, well, breathing it in isn't
Oh,
nice at all.
what? How do they get through their stuff all the time with all of this traps? They have to do this every time. It's so tedious. Jesus Christ. Jesus,
Who?
stay.
Oh
Hey.
goodness.
I guess if you're on a boat full of thieves, you can't really trust anybody.
That's fair enough. Well, they get stolen regardless. What's in here, DM?
Oh,
Oh man. Yes.
you said earlier that there was some like silver and stuff in here. What was that again?
It was a wooden bowl holding. I say wooden. It was a silver bowl holding fresh fruit, as well as a carafe and matching goblet. The carafe currently appears to hold a light red liquid, which is quickly ascertained to be wine.
Some bougie ass smugglers.
They seem to be pretty successful. At the very least, you could tell from the wizard and the captain, at least, that they were seemed to be pretty fruitful.
The boots are going in the bag, by the
You're
way.
just chucking the boots. Okay, that's fun.
Yep.
So boots went in the bag. In the chest itself, you see in there, it seems to be some of the wizard's more prized possessions. You see several books, some of which seem to be of an arcane nature. Like, not that they are magical books, but they like text speaking of, like, arcane, evocational theory, illusional theory, like that kind of thing. And a couple of that seem to be a little more light reading. I was about to say a book talking about Loth, but I don't think Loth is in Greyhawk, so not that. I was gonna flavor it a little bit, but no, just things that maybe a drow would be interested in if you knew anything about drow. Just, but other than that, as well as a purse in there that seemed to be a rather than a purse, it's a kind of a larger satchel. This was the majority of this wizard's coin, containing 50 gold pieces, as well as one spell scroll. You see, it's a scroll that's tied up very nicely and is well cushioned within there with arcane writings along it.
Okay.
I don't know why these things keep wanting to put wizard spell books not on their person, so that is not in there. Julian already collected that.
Okay. How many books?
I'd say it's about 5.
Okay.
Or so. 3 that seem to be purely educational, or they're about rudimentary magics and stuff, while a couple that seem to just be for entertainment.
Okay.
I know who would like those books.
Yeah, well, maybe he has enough.
I never really got the whole wizard thing. I mean, you just read and read and read and read, and then you learn magic when all you got to do is believe, and you'll get magic just the same. These people need a little bit more, I don't know, common sense in their life, if you ask me.
Any rom-coms in here?
No.
No rom-coms?
This guy, his entertainment was a bit more like dry.
Nah.
Not nearly as flavorful and interesting.
Nobody can see this whole room on stream, by the way, Ian.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to scoot. Pow! Y'all, they haven't been able to see like this entire half of the boat this entire time. I specifically thought about it and then promptly forgot as soon as you get over here. That's my bad. Oh man. Oh, see, now this is rough because I don't see the chat, so I don't see when people do their wild magic surge.
I can.
Yeah. What have you been doing, Jones? You
one
said
of
you've
the
been
chats
rolling
if you
on
want.
the wild magic table.
Well, there's a random magic effects chart for
What is
5e.
that?
And some of them can get kind of wild.
Fireball.
Right.
So choose a harmless one because it does say mostly harmless.
Totally random magic effects table. Is that what you're looking at?
Sure.
Oh.
That'll work. How many things? Well, 1D1000. Oh my god. We're rolling
yeah.
a D100. This is a 100, and that's the best y'all are getting out of me. I'm not going through all that shit. That is terrible. All right, we'll do that. That'll be fine. So the next time y'all have, is this supposed to affect spells as well, or is it just consumables? I can't even remember.
Spells and potions, any magic really.
Okay, so
Oh,
all right,
man.
the next time that somebody hits something with magic, big herd.
Toll the
Alright.
dead. They just have like crickets come out of their pocket or some crazy shit.
Oh, what am I gonna do with all these crickets in my
What's
pockets?
going on? Where are these bugs coming from?
Oh god. Okay. So is there anything else y'all are doing in this room? And of course, you see a couple similar to all the other rooms that have been facing the hold. Like there are a couple like small windows that could be propped open.
Right.
Gotta be able
Well-
to air out the ship.
Y'all searched the whole room, right? So downstairs.
I'll do one. Did we give it a one final once over, or did you already
Did
do
not.
that?
Nobody
But
did.
I'll give it a final once over.
I'll
I'll
assist.
help.
Okay.
Teamwork.
I'm glad you did, because that first roll was a 2.
Hmm.
That's not
So
great.
a total of 17.
Total of 17. You're taking a final like look around, peering real close at everything as you kind of go around the boat. And though Jakob took a look down by the bed previously, you look down there as well. And as you're leaning down on there, there's as you put your weight on one of the boards. It's kind of
Oh.
seems to be kind of up under like at an awkward angle up under the bed.
Oh, let's see what's in there. I'll investigate it for traps. Yeah.
If you want to check for traps, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's a 3.
You are certain there are no traps on this fucking
It's
piece of wood.
investigation, right?
Yeah, it's investigation.
We are
Alright.
100% an investigation squad. Like, call us detectives.
I got a +1,
The
okay?
best.
Just so you know.
Ooh.
A +1.
Better than my +0.
Same.
Okay. On the bright side, it looks like Julian will be joining us here momentarily, so yay.
Nice.
There you go.
I
Alright.
just got the message. He's just getting his mic and everything set up.
Oh.
So yay! We will soon have our full party, so he hasn't missed too much, thankfully. But yeah, you have a squeaky board that appears to be purposefully loose.
Completely untrapped squeaky board. Pop
Yes,
it open.
nothing that like there's no way in hell. Yeah,
It's just dynamite. It's just a
boom!
bucket of
Everybody
dynamite.
make a dex save for me. No. But you're after kind of its discovery, you're pretty easily able to get it lifted up. You kind of have to work at it a second but once you get the right angle, it seems to pop right up, and you have a not very large, but a small kind of compartment that's extra down there. Which
What's that?
you see a what looks to be a singular vial that's quite familiar at this point, as well as a similar a similarly sized bag that you had pulled out of his chest, but seems to be a bit more bulgy. So it's a
What's in the
full
bag?
it's another money pouch, but an additional healing potion that it seems this guy had squirreled away for himself, as well as a pouch that seems like he probably been sticking away or maybe shaving off of some of the earnings, that has 125 gold pieces in it.
Oh shit!
Are you writing those down, or you want me to put them in the bag?
You said so far we've gotten 5 healing potions.
This will make
I thought.
This will make 3.
This will make 3. The
Oh,
other
3.
one,
Okay,
the other
okay.
room had two in the
Okay.
captain's chest, and then the mage had one scrolled away into his little hidey hole.
Oh, what you find there? You find the sock underneath the bed? There's a
No,
sock.
there's
You did see the sock down there, but you decided against it.
Yeah, there's some more healing. Another healing potion. It looks like There's a guy who was kind of hiding away some gold down here, too. Yep.
You want to throw it in here?
Oh, yeah, let's get it all in there.
Bam. Another healing potion as well as an additional 125 gold into the bag of holding.
All right. Good find.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it was kind of on accident, but, you know, there are no accidents, right?
He's one
Tons
those
of
guys.
accidents. That makes no
I
sense.
I mean to say everything kind of happens for a reason.
Yeah, I sure didn't see it down there, so I just saw the socks.
Sock, singular.
Oh.
One sock.
All right, which way? Left or right?
Keep talking about this socks, Yakko. You need a new pair of socks? We can get you some back in town.
Mine are kind of holy.
Ah, the holy socks.
Wait. Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah, we can get you some new socks in town. I'm not very good with a needle, so I mean.
All right. So, which one of these stairwells do y'all want to go down? I say stairwell. It's a set of stairs.
They're completely divided by a wall.
Yes.
All right. I guess let's go to the closer one first.
So, the one on the bottom side of the map.
Yeah. Sure.
All right. One moment. And we will swap you guys over. Pow. Look at that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's dark down there. Let me get y'all
It's
to where
dark.
you can see yourselves. Because I got to grab you guys. So you got... What order were you guys in by any chance? I've got a small version of you already. Get your big ass out of here. I got little versions of you guys ready to go.
I'll go first.
All right. So organize yourselves as you will. You are now all right there on the map. Gloob is up under somebody.
As Jakob starts to stomp past me, maybe I can just be quiet so we can.
I'm gonna stick Julian
Sneak out
right
things.
here so that he can be easily grabbed.
He's just
When needed.
creeping at the top of the
Yeah,
stairs.
he's just kind of trailing along behind you guys.
I'm gonna try to be as quiet as I can, but still am making a decent amount of noise.
Are you trying to stealth?
Well, let me do the quiet thing. I'll wave your head just in case.
All right.
Dink. All right, so you are in this here room. Okay, let me double check. What the fuck on in this motherfucker? Oh. Okay. Oh God, that was weird. Sorry, I'm not apologizing for the noise I made. I had something weird going on my computer. So y'all coming down there. It seems to be a smaller room, but it is also appear to be someone's quarters down here on that far side. Y'all do see that there's a hammock, as well as there's a plain wooden table. Not of nearly as nice of make, but just functional compared to the ones that were upstairs, as well as a pewter flagon and a similar mug right there on that table, a singular wooden chair, as well as another lantern that is hanging from above it. There's also, that a large cage that has a currently quiet but just staring at you guys intently parrot. It's just sitting there and is just on its little perch, just staring at you guys. And there's that unoccupied hammock, as well as a just plain wooden chest that has it doesn't have the banding on it as the ones above did, but just seems to have a simple lock on it on the front.
Well, I know what I got to do, so I'll go ahead and get started with that. Looking at that bird. Does it is it tracking us around the room, or is it?
It's staring at you guys down here.
Can I make an insight check into the bird? Is a normal bird?
On the bird?
Yeah.
Roll your insight check for me.
17. Plus 1, 18.
18?
It's a Balor.
It's a bird. You're looking at it, and you kind of like creep up to it as you're trying to see if it's got anything weird going on, and you get like within 5 feet of it, and just kind of, it just kind of starts kind of. I'm not 100% on the noises parrots make. I'm not gonna lie to you. It squawks at you a few times. It flaps its wings because you're weird looking as far as it's concerned.
It's pretty weird looking to me.
Absolutely.
I just sort of hiss at.
It squawks at you more. It kind of does. You know, like birds, like bigger birds, they also kind of hiss. It just does that back.
I never got why people like to keep pet birds. I mean, look at all these colors. This thing's just so garish and over the top.
Artyom in a distant universe goes, "Hey, what the hell?" Well, maybe you can cook them up.
I don't know if he'd be worth it. Well, yeah, maybe.
This bird, y'all are fucked up. You said y'all are trying to be quiet.
Not anymore. You got this parrot squawking like crazy at us.
Well, yeah, I mean, we just came down into this room, so.
Y'all do hear, after a moment, especially after the parrot starts squawking, hear a faint thump, thump, thump against this back wall of the boat.
Oh God, another Ned. All right, well.
That was Julian.
Julian, you're here.
Aloha.
Make sure y'all's. Hey, look, your camera's not super fucked up. Good job.
I will go towards the sound of the knocking, and I will knock back.
It's basically right there, where I'm pointing with my hand, where Jakob is standing against that wall, that square. It seems to be coming from that bit of wall. It's kind of a thunk 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 thunk.
Yeah, I'll light up the end of my stick so that the crystal's kind of showing through with the light cantrip.
Okay.
And all right, you're just gonna walk away from the door. All right, no, it's okay. I'll get it. And
this is not through the door. This is not. Through the door.
Okay. I thought
this is
on
from,
the map it looks like that's a door.
It's from this wall right here.
So the eastern wall,
yes,
so to speak.
Yes, that far wall.
Well, I guess I'll. Oh hell, there might be some kind of hidden door here. I'll look for it.
All right.
I haven't had the best
That's
finding hidden things.
That's a dirty 20.
Nice.
Dirty 20. Pretty. After you come up there, and after you get your light cantrip going, it's kind of how the secret doors were over in the cavern underneath the haunted house. It seems mostly it's just meant to escape notice from just someone who's just walking through the room. Not really anybody who's looking for a door. Is a slight, incision in what would be kind of a handle where you kind of put your fingers in and you can pull back on it.
I'm going to search for traps.
Okay.
I will draw my rapier.
That's another 3.
I'm drawing.
You are very, very certain that there's no traps there.
All right, I'm going to pop it open.
Okay. So you pop it open, and you open it up, and just about falling through the door is a
that Wolverine?
Hey, leave roll 20's assets alone, okay?
Bees.
Leave roll 20's assets alone. Y'all are roasting him for no reason.
He's got a sword.
He does have a sword. Do I need to?
He does not have a sword currently.
Okay.
It's just like when y'all found Ned. His little token up there does not have a blade. Also, Julian, I don't know if you noticed, your token is on the board here just at the top of the stairs. So do as you will. But you open it up and you see just bound hands behind and feet kind of bound out in front of him. What appears to be an elf of some kind, but doesn't look quite the same as any land-bound elves that y'all would have that y'all might have seen previously. He is very pale, almost kind of a slight blue hue to it. with long, very like platinum blonde hair. That though he doesn't appear to be wet, seems just to kind of glisten a smidgen, like almost like it's perpetually like a little damp. And he's sitting there, and he has very like a kind of sea green eyes.
This is one of those moon elves, I guess.
And he just kind of looks
right.
at you, and I'm not very good at improvising random languages, so I'm not gonna bother. But he just seems to kind of scramble off a few like a sentence real quick, looking at you guys questioningly. What languages do y'all speak?
Grung in common.
Grung and common.
Comic, gnomish, goblin, and common.
Okay.
Common and halfling.
Okay. Julian.
1 second. I'm still pulling all my stuff up since I just got here.
Bitch.
It took me forever to get into Roll20.
You're fine. You're fine. Just let me know. I don't think any of y'all speak. And he kind of like pauses for a second and seems to speak in a completely different language while still kind of looking at you guys.
Were either of those languages... D&D Beyond is thinking slowly.
Big think.
Big think.
Dun, 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 dun. It's all up to Julian.
Where are languages on this thing? Common, primordial, or undercommon?
Nope. None of y'all get anything from what he's from what he's saying. He's just kind of looking at each of you guys before kind of squints for a second, looks down, and goes, "You are not the."
We killed them all. They wouldn't surrender.
Kind of
What did you just call me?
slow nods. He just kind of holds out his arms. The free?
Hurt?
He's just wiggling his hands at you like, free
Well,
me?
The last person we cut free worked out for us.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I don't think he's going to do us any harm. I'm pretty sure once he gets a peek at those bodies up there, he probably won't try it.
If you kind of like enter this room, it seems to be like basically like a hidden cell.
I'll go up to him and take my rapier up to the bindings. But before I cut him free, can I see if he has any weapons on him?
Sure. Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
The natural 19. Oh,
Yeah.
Investigation?
To check him for weapons.
Okay, yeah, 19.
19. You look at him. It's the dude's. He's not as bad a shape as Ned was, but he's in some. Like he just appears to be wearing like a pair of pants and a shirt. They don't seem to be made of any cloth that you're familiar with. They almost seem like kind of oily to like just off of your sight or whatever, just the way they look. The kind of shimmery, but this doesn't seem to be currently armed with anything.
Okay, I'll cut him free.
Rubs his wrists as you cut those in his ankles and. Thank you.
Are you hungry? Food? Yeah, we'll
nodding. Like, yes.
We'll get you set up. Like, I trust you fellas can take care of this searching.
Are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. This guy, like I said, he's gonna see the deck of this ship, but he ain't gonna raise a finger towards me.
All right.
Sailors.
Y'all allowed.
I mean, you guys are more than welcome to come. I just thought that you were trying to get all this stuff first.
Yeah, we might want to check out the rest of the ship, just make sure don't have any more surprises or friends waiting in the other rooms.
All right.
The boat itself will probably be the best treasure we get.
He seems to be really trying to follow what you guys are saying. Not doing so hot. It's like, seems kind of like up. He hears treasure and his eyebrows go up. Friends, like, oh, it just not seeming to get the entirety of your sentences.
I'm just gonna give him like a little nudge in the thigh, like, all right, come on, just start heading back upstairs.
He's kind of looking, like gestures at the rest of you. Oh, okay.
Okay.
You okay? Oh, shrugs and follows you up, back up the stairs. Which, coming onto the boat, onto the deck, he can kind of see over your head. So even before he makes it all the way up the stairs, you hear a like a brief inhale, like a and it's just, but then kind of creeps his way out onto the deck, looks around, kind of nods. It just doesn't seem to be particularly horrified. He was just surprised on the initial thing. Before looking around, walks over to the. You see him after he looks around. He just kind of seems to smile and nod in satisfaction at seeing the captain's corpse before walking over and just kind of examining them. Seems pretty pleased before stopping and just spitting on the woman with the hook hand before. Yeah, good. Yes, good. Just nodding, just smiling at you like, and he'll follow you to wherever you're taking him.
Yeah, he was taken to the galley.
Yeah, he follows you in there. He kind of looks over at kind of like brings his hands up in a bit of a like surprise and a defensive posture when he first sees Ned. Ned kind of, y'all, is this another one?
Hey, we just found this guy. He was tied up in the hidden compartment. So
He points at Ned. Friend?
yeah,
Looking
yeah,
back
he's
over
a
his
friend.
shoulder. You okay? Sir, still kind of cautiously around him and looking at the lizard, and Lizard Man sees that he's bound and is like, "Nuts, friend."
Prisoner.
Ah, okay. Just takes a second to comprehend what the word means. Okay. He just kind of takes a seat on the edge of the table, just kind of looking around.
Yeah, I'll give him some food.
All right. Happily accepts.
It's like 22 on my cooking utensils.
Yeah, you get a look at him, and like especially now that you've gotten him up all the way out of the darkness and like the harsh light of your spell and into some more natural light, and looks a bit gaunt, if not exactly starved, but he takes to your food with gusto.
All right.
So, what are the rest of you boys doing?
We will continue on exploring.
Do you want to keep going first, Gloob, or should I?
I mean,
we should probably multitask, especially seeing as Julian's still pretty fucked up.
No, you're not. I'm sorry.
some
Y'all did take a short rest. You are full health.
I
If you would like to re-roll your hit die, I rolled an 8 and a 5 for you, so you're welcome to re-roll those if you'd like, and change your hit point total.
Well, still, neat interest of getting things done.
While y'all search the ship, I'll get the bodies together.
He's gonna kind of start clearing the deck as we are theoretically taking this boat back to Saltmarsh, and it is currently covered in dead people.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say, Julian, you are familiar with sailing.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, as a group of 5 people, will seriously struggle to get this ship moving. With just 5 crew members. Like, you're looking at this, and just as you're clearing it up and thinking about that, you would go, I don't. Getting it back, just the 5 of you, might not be practical.
See, that is Julian knows more about sailing boats.
That's why I was kind of like this. It's a pretty big boat that seemed to have a fairly sizable crew for a reason.
Gotcha. I'll sit on that one then.
Okay. But are you still wanting to clear out the corpses, or?
Yeah, I mean, we still don't need just fucking bodies and stuff laying everywhere, so get them lined up on like one end, so that I'm assuming the government of Saltmarsh or whatever are gonna want to look over them.
So. Julian, roll a perception check for me real quick. Bart, you can give me one at disadvantage if you would like,
Sure.
because I believe that is facing that way.
14.
14. Okay.
16.
16. Funnily enough, Bart, you notice it first. You're kind of, while you're in there and doing some, like, you're getting this mysterious, slightly blue elf fed, and Julian, you kind of notice eventually when you're moving the bodies back and forth, back in the direction of the cove, that little cavern where you guys came from, you see a light start kind of waving back and forth.
I'll just hold up my light cantrip on the end of the mace and just wave it back and forth. Extend it as tall as I can make it.
Okay. It just kind of waves back and forth for a second and then stops. Like for a few seconds, like especially like it waves until it starts to see somebody, like it seems like whoever is doing it sees your light, and then it does it for like kind of waves back and forth for a few more seconds, and then just becomes like stationary.
Okay. I'll get this elf its food and then everything continue on.
Okay.
Well, I guess they know we're here, so maybe they'll be sending more people. I don't know.
All right. Anything else you guys are specifically wanting to be doing up near the deck, up on the deck?
I mean, I'll talk to this elf, but let's get these
Okay.
other guys
Yeah.
finished searching first.
Sure. All right. So now that y'all are half of your party are searching this bottom portion of the boat, Gloob and Jakob, what do you guys want to do? This is I know I suck at making this properly revealed. Y'all have a boat on this god damn it. A door on this top section as well as another door on this left-hand side. So top and left each have a door leading out of the room you're currently in.
Okay, what is this right here? Is that
Bed.
That's the hammock.
It's a hammock. Okay.
Yep.
I'll do a quick once over in the little hidden jail cell thing. Anything in here?
No, not really. It looks like there was just kind of a post where he was kind of tied to, and looks like a little, just some scuff. There's like a stool in there that is facing across from where he was, but that's about it. I know we went on a bit of a tangent with that elf. There was a chest in this room that you guys hadn't opened quite yet.
Chest in this room.
Yeah, I had informed you that it was locked, but
okay,
that's about it.
I will attempt to unlock it then.
Okay, roll that check for me.
That is a 14.
14.
Yep.
Easy enough. So you get in there. On the top of this at the top layer of this chest, it just appears to be some clothes that aren't, they're kind of like some holes in them. Just deck garb that looks like it was worn probably by the hook-handed woman. It's for a slimmer build than some of the other fellas that y'all saw up there. But underneath you do see a much smaller pouch than the one that you've seen in either the upper hand cabins, opening up, that you would see. I'm sorry, not smaller. It's actually larger, but doesn't seem quite the same. It's of a poorer make and quality. You open it up, it has 200 silver pieces inside of it, as well as a dagger and what appears to be a spearhead that was kind of broken off at kind of the last 6 to 10 inches or so from the top. So it's just the spearhead and then about 6 to 10 inches of shaft. But it seems like it was nicer. Like it looks like maybe there was some carvings in the top, and it's a bit more ornamental.
You said there was a dagger as well. And
there was a dagger. That one is not quite as fancy. That one seems to be a bit more practical. Yep. And that's what's in there.
Okay.
I'm gonna check a listen to the door.
Okay. Which door? Top or left?
Left.
Left? Okay. Let's check.
So I think I get a +1 on that. Yep. That's 18.
Okay. 18. Okay. That's pretty good. You don't hear any movement or anything that sounds like people on the other side of the door, but you just kind of getting you can hear probably what sounds like the wind coming over the grate that's in the middle of the floor, on the main deck, as well as now that you're down a level, you can really hear not the waves crashing into the side of the boat, but just the sound of the ocean that's kind of permeating through the whole sides.
All right. So, Gloob, do you want to go first, or do you want me to?
Yeah, I'll go first. Give me 1 second. As you see, Gloob reaches into the bag of holding, pulls out some of that fish that he snagged from Julian earlier, probably a little nibble off of it. I'm gonna go up to the parrot, and I'm gonna hold out a chunk of fish to it.
Do parrots eat meat?
I don't know, and neither does Grung, so I'm seeing.
Neither does me, actually. Let me.
What is this English?
They are omnivorous.
They do eat meat.
Omnivores?
So he kind of looks at you for a second, just kind of tilts its head around and squawks a few like random pirate phrases, like
Pirate phrases?
I'm not gonna say it's anything so corny as like "arg, matey," but it's like it seems to kind of caught on to its owner, which it's yelling some foul things about people's mothers and their whelps and their whore sons, and put their backs into it and such on and so forth. But just random bits and bobs. It doesn't sound like any like short clips of phrases that he probably heard from his owner, but it kind of sticks his face forward and snatches that piece of fish that you offer and kind of.
Awesome. I will be coming back for that bird.
He's gonna kill the bird. Don't kill the bird, please.
No.
No, I'm just coming back for the bird. I want the bird now.
Okay. All right.
This is his best
All right.
friend.
Which way do you want to go?
The door he listened to was the one on the left.
This one right here.
Yes, sir.
In that case,
What
we will go
sounds
that
like
way.
No.
You're just opening it.
Good. Not if you say it like that.
I'm just
not.
asking. I'm just asking. This doesn't have
Yes,
to be a
I'm just
complicated
gonna
question.
open it. I'm gonna silently or sneakily open it.
Okay, I'm gonna try to unveil as much of this room as possible in one go because fuck that.
With a
Bow!
18 on. Jesus.
It's a big room.
Free barrels! Oh, hit my mic arm.
What a legend.
Good
Yeah,
lord.
you come in here, and my goodness, fellas, you
Look
appear.
at the size of those Slim Jims.
What? Huh? Hold on a second. What in the hell? Yeah, but there are several lit lanterns that you'll see kind of that are hung up in the corners, as well as a couple that are more central to kind of give light to this entire room. It's a very orderly cargo hold. The center is you can see the main mast runs up through this area of the room, as well as a secondary grate that goes another level down against one side of the bulkhead. You see several bolts of ordinary cloth, as well as that is lashed by both ropes and brackets so that they won't go bouncing around. There are also large numbers of smaller casks that are similarly secured to the deck with rope and such.
This all look like wine.
Something along those lines. It seems to be drink of various kinds. Ones that would be kept in there. Probably some liquors, wine, that kind of thing.
Rum.
Rum,
right.
Yeah. Rum, whiskey, all that fun stuff.
Well, I'm not putting any of this in the bag, so we'll keep on moving along.
Which, yeah.
Agreed.
If y'all want the, there's also one large crate apparently that was not immediately revealed in there. It's just kind of crammed in between a couple of the casks to kind of hold it still.
There's a crate here. 1 second.
It is.
Unwedge it. Is it locked?
It's sealed with nails. It's
Yeah,
a sealed
Jump.
crate.
Jones's camera's messed up.
Uh-oh.
My camera?
Oh, yes, it is.
So it
got
is.
black
What
bars.
happened here? One moment. If you want to roll anything to get it open, y'all let me know while I fix this.
I'm assuming a strength check if I want to try to.
Yeah, if you want to try to pry it open.
Okay.
You see a halfling hand come from the grate from above and go, guidance!
No.
That is
there we go.
unfortunately going to be a 14.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know why your camera randomly decided to readjust itself. You said a 14 total?
Yes.
It'll take you it takes you a few minutes, Jakob, but you get in there, you kind of try to pry at it with your fingers a little bit, but then you end up taking your greatsword, kind of getting a chained glove on the end while you wedge it up in there before transferring, your hands to the less sharp sides, less sharp ends. You're able to wedge it and you get it open, it takes you probably closer to about 5-6 minutes, but you are able to get it popped open.
All right.
And inside of it is you see some very nice mining equipment, picks, shovels, a shorter like sledgehammer looking deal, as well as some spikes, all that kind of thing. Looks like it's used for breaking rock, harvesting ore, all that fun stuff.
Are there any dwarfs that we've seen?
On the ship, no.
Not on the ship?
These are smugglers. They steal from people.
These assholes are giving them mining equipment for weapons. Son of a bitch.
Okay.
I will also say that during your your getting through this, you see like a mark that Jakob, you would at least recognize. It's burnt into the crate itself. It's the like kind of the royal seal of Keeland. The rest of these, the casts and stuff, if you've looked around while he was doing this, are similarly marked. Not most of them with like the royal seals, but with seals from, if you questioned Jakob, that are from surrounding communities and cities. Like some from Seaton, some were from Saltmarsh or bound for Saltmarsh or owned by merchants residing in those areas.
Well, these look like they belong to the people of Saltmarsh and towns around. And doesn't look like anything can really help us, so we might want to check the next room.
I mean, I'm not big on hitting rocks, but is any of this stuff expensive?
It's nice. Definitely looks like it's worth gold. Like it's quality stuff. Meant to last.
I'm okay with taking things off of dead men, but this does belong to people that are alive. People of Saltmarsh, of Seaton, and to the Crown.
But you still opened it.
I didn't see the seal before I opened it.
My bad. It wasn't really blatantly obvious until you were over there messing with the box.
If I had, I wouldn't have opened it, because it doesn't belong to us.
There's 15 bars of something that don't belong to us in this bag, but you don't have a problem with that. All right.
Now, I only know about 5 of those bars, and those are dead men's bars.
Nope. All right, well, let's go in here.
To be fair, point of order, I believe that we've surmised that in last session, those 10 electrum bars were probably payment from the lizard people.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They were in the lizardmen's quarters, underneath one of their hammocks, with a trap on it.
I feel like their whole tribe is probably pretty alive.
I walked through the room when...
Yeah, he was not in there when you guys found the 10, in his defense. He was only in there when y'all found the 5 that were in the captain's quarters, who is very dead.
I did not feel comfortable stealing from the lizardmen.
They did try to kill you.
But they're alive.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so y'all are going directly across the room to this the far door.
Yep.
Okay. Any checks, or y'all just opening it up?
I will sneakily walk in
Okay.
for a 19.
All
Wait,
right.
no, plus 8. 21.
21. You are feeling like you are getting the drop on
21.
whatever is on the other side of this door, Gloob.
Awesome.
Yeah, it creeps open, and I hate rooms that are round because it makes it really hard to reveal it efficiently. But this appears to be seems like just initial first glance looks to be perhaps the living quarters of the majority of the men y'all slaughtered the other day.
Slaughtered
Or
makes
not
it
even
sound so
not even the
bad.
other day, more like it's been like an hour and some change at this juncture. I'm sorry, it was just too tempting. But in this room, it doesn't smell great. Kind of smells like probably a large number of people lived in here who didn't get to bathe very often. Um, there's another staircase that I didn't reveal. I'm sorry. That is the one that it goes up this way. It appears to head back towards the deck. As well as there about seems to be quite a few, about 8 hammocks going to and from the sides, just fitting wherever they can fit them between bits and pieces of the boat. They are obviously unoccupied.
They can't see on stream.
God damn it! I'm so bad at this. There we go.
I'll if there's no immediately visible crates or anything like that, I'll just
Let's see here.
give the
There's
room a once
not
over.
much, just some random stuff like some odds and ends, like a deck of cards, like a set of dice. You see like what looks to be a really worn, kind of torn up book that's sitting in someone's hammock. A bit some tin and wooden cookware, like eatware and stuff, kind of on the table, and such. There's
Take the
and a
worn
few
book.
like wooden chests that don't appear to really have any locks on it, and a couple of them are even open, and you can see some clothes peeking out from the top. That's about it in here.
Okay. Just a quick toss of the chest, make sure nothing of value is in there.
Okay.
And of the general room itself, and then we'll pop back to the other side of this room.
All right, roll a general investigation check for me.
I'll assist.
Sick.
All right, roll with
That's
advantage.
7. That's a 19. 19.
You go through here, and like I said, it wasn't not much beyond. I'll say probably going through the chests, you find probably about an additional 15 silver. It looks like these guys tried their best not to leave any of their money where the rest of their crew could get to it. And like I said, deck of greasy, worn, torn up, and seem to be missing a few like playing cards, a couple sets of dice, one of which seems to fall remarkably similarly every time you toss them, as well as a dirty book titled Grog Hovels.
Is this the worn book you were talking about earlier?
Yeah, it's the same. Like when you went and picked it up, it's worn, kind of, and dirty.
It's called Grog Hovels?
Grog Hovels.
Okay, when you say dirty book, you don't mean like a
no.
dirty,
Like it is physically
Okay.
dirty. It is physically dirty.
It's a 15 silver loaded dice, which I will take those as well.
2 sets of
That's
dice.
funny.
One of them was loaded.
I'll take the loaded pair.
Just leaving the regular dice in there. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yep. That's all that's in that room.
Oh, let's check this door over here that we walked past.
Oh, yep. Good call. Take our way
go
over
for
here. Oh, you stepped on my foot.
Leapfrog.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ha,
Excuse me.
leapfrogging. You just hear
I hear-
chuckling. It seems to come from within your skull, not even from like any.
Oh wait,
any
no, that's
source of
normal for
speculation.
me. It's fine.
Yeah, things talk to you all the time. All right, so y'all just busting on in this room.
Yep.
And we're gonna pan back over
Shot.
here since I'm paying a little bit more attention this time.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm the best. All right, so you're just kicking it open.
I will just open the door as you do a normal door.
Boom! We just fucking froggy foot, just fucking bow.
That's how frogs open doors.
Yep.
Completely normal this way.
Skadoosh. Okay, yeah. So y'all come on in to this room, and it seems to be. Oh goodness, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Oh no. Bubba-dubba-doo. Okay, so you come on in here, and it is another single figures room. Seems like it's still more cramped than the ones above, kind of mirroring the one on the opposite side. Let's see, another one of the other bed kind of dealio, which is more of a. That's like an actual. Yeah, this guy actually has an actual bed up against the side, bolted in as similar to the others. Blankets are a bit more grubby. You get more of a smell of something furry and wet was down here. Like, that smells like wet dog a bit. But in and along there, you see there's a dark blue cloak hanging on one of the kind of on the peg behind the door y'all came in, as well as another one of these wooden chests that, while cheaper than the ones above, it seems to mirror the one on the other side. It does have a lock on it, but not nearly as well fortified. A bit more bit more breakable, I think, is probably the phrase I would like to use for that. A plain wooden table bolted to the deck, as well as a couple books, as that seem kind of haphazardly tossed on top of it, as well as a chair and another unlit hooded lantern. I don't know why these guys like hooded lanterns so much. Yeah, and that's all that really seems to be in there.
Okay. Take the blue cloak, shove it into the bag, and then I'll attempt to unlock this chest.
Roll it.
It's a natural 20.
Hell yeah.
Like I said,
it's trapped though.
I don't think your tools even touched it before you heard it click. And you're just like, you're over there like, you know, like fawns. You just fucking punched it a little bit and there's click. And popped on open. You see some not nice, especially compared to what the captain was wearing, or those nice leather boots that you found in the wizard's quarters. But some for a bugbear, which you can pretty easily extrapolate is whose room this belonged to. It's like his Sunday best are in there. It's a bit stained, but presentable. There are no holes, that kind of thing. There's also another box, not a box. I'm sorry, another fucking larger bag that contains a sum total of about 25 gold and another additional 100 silver pieces.
Sick.
I'm gonna go back to this grate and look down and see if I can see anything or not.
Roll an investigation check for me. Not investigation, I'm sorry, perception. Blech.
That's a 15.
15? Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
bad. With the kind of the lanterns that are in here kind of shining down, you can't see really well, but with the light that kind of swings back and forth as the ship rocks, you can see like a slight glint that after a moment of kind of peering at it and it's shifting, it looks like there's a thin layer of water down within the bottom of this boat, and you can kind of hear that sloshing down there, but you don't see anything in particular. It looks like it doesn't have a floor proper. You can see that the side's kind of curving down.
Hmm. Okay. I'm going to return to Gloob.
All right. Yep. So you're in
this
that room.
Room once over, make sure there's no loose floorboards like old Bart found, and then that'll be it.
Go ahead and roll that for me.
12.
12. Okay, that's fine. It takes you a minute, but you kind of go over, you're checking the floorboards, kind of putting some weight on each of them to see if you get any kind of similar squeaking to the wizard's room that y'all found upstairs, and making your way around, checking under the bed, checking the walls, and you eventually make your way towards the back, almost mirroring like it was on the opposite side of the room, another one of those doors that has just a kind of a cut in or notched where you would stick your fingers in to kind of lift it up and pull it out.
All right.
You just
I'll
open it up.
bring out my rapier since there was someone on the other side. Give it a look up and down the seam for a trap, and then I will open it up.
Okay.
Great sword's coming out.
Roll a quick investigation check for me, just to check for traps.
18.
18. Nothing. Seems to be just as good as that other one was. You just pull it on open, and pow. It is a there's just as opposed to the other one that was a very clearly kind of a jail cell. This room is not so much. It is very small. It's only about 4 feet wide at its widest, and is kind of squished between the cabin that you're currently in and the stern. The kind of wall goes up. It contains, you see, eight large bundles that are wrapped in oilskin and bound with some thin is relative considering you're on a ship, pieces of rope. And they're just kind of haphazardly in there. They're just kind of like somebody just kind of tossed them in through the door.
Okay, I'm having a hard time visualizing. You said just bundles?
They're fairly large bundles, and like is concealing whatever's inside of them. They're wrapped in oilskin and tied with rope, but they're just like they don't look like people. I will say these are not people-shaped bundles. This looks like objects. Like some of them longer, some of them wider in places, that kind of thing.
Keep your sword out. I don't know what's in here.
Okay.
Let's pop one open and see what we get. I guess I'll pick it up and put it on the table if that's possible.
You said they're pretty large, right?
Most of them seem to be pretty large. Probably the smallest. Some of them ranging from long and pretty slim to others that are bulkier and seem to be kind of more of a like kind of roundish, pointed shape down at the bottom.
Yeah, all shapes and sizes.
Yeah,
and
just all shapes and sizes.
So.
Mostly slimmer and longer, but there's one of them that's wider.
It's weapons. Come on.
Oh, let's pop them open.
Yeah.
Or pop
start
one
open
open.
them open.
And
exactly that. Yeah.
see what it is.
Okay. First one you pop open seems to be a bundle of javelins.
Okay, well, probably the lizardmen's weapons.
Logical.
I don't know.
Let's check the other ones and see what else is in there.
Okay, you'll just open up all the packages.
Yep.
All told, I'm just going to give you numbers here, so I don't have to come back and search for it later.
Yep.
You see it. There's a total of 10 morning stars, 10 long swords, 20 javelins, and that one bigger fatter grouping appears to be 10 shields. All of them emblazoned with a similar lizard head with the forked tongue coming out of it that was pictured on as a kind of a signature on that letter y'all found earlier.
And 10 morning stars, 20 javelins, 10 shields, and
10 long swords.
10 long swords.
Yep.
Well, I think we've cleared out the bottom floor, so I'm gonna head back up to the main deck and see if anybody has come yet.
Yeah, sure.
guess-
That's fine.
I
Okay.
guess I'll roll a perception check to see if he's doing that.
I'm doing it right in front of you. There's no perception check needed.
Well, I rolled a 5, so I'm gonna say I had my back to you. And
What
just
were
head
you doing,
upstairs.
Blue?
I'm shoving all this shit to the bag of holding.
You're shoving all these weapons.
Yep.
How much weight can a bag of holding? Was it 500 pounds?
Yeah, I was gonna
Let's
say,
see.
I don't know if all of that could fit into the bag of holding with how much stuff we have in there already.
Yeah, y'all might want to
You
do
do
a little
not
bit
have
of
that
math
much stuff.
with how much stuff weighs.
Well, I'll be up on the deck while he does that.
Yeah, 500 pounds, not exceeding a volume of 64 cubic feet.
So there's not a weight limit?
500
500
pounds.
pounds. So I don't think that'll exceed it. I'm just saying that's a lot of shit. So y'all like probably gonna that might be something to start monitoring.
Right.
Because
I'll
Dim's weapons
calculate
ain't light.
I'll calculate the weight and stuff.
Yeah, no
But
worries.
it is certainly almost full.
It will take you a minute to get all that shit loaded into the bag of holding because you kind of, especially for the larger things, you can't do them in bundles. You're able to sit there and get like a handful of the javelins at a time and just whoop, whoop. But the morning stars are a little round for your froggy hands as well as the shields themselves.
Gotcha.
So I'll say it takes like 5 to 10 minutes, probably just sitting there, just shoving them all in there as fast as you can go. Probably about 10 minutes would be a little excessive.
Those 15 ingots are probably roughly 375 pounds, by the way.
Them hoes heavy.
Just so you know.
Okay, so y'all are returning back to the deck.
I am before Gloob.
Okay. So since we are more or less finished with our exploration of the ship at this time, we're gonna return back to our main screen so that I can actually still be looking at stuff and see the chat when anybody does things. Whee. Okay. So I know, Bart, you said you wanted to be chatting with the elf in the meantime.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of roll back to before they've come back up onto the deck of the ship. You're in there. He seems to be pretty pleased for the most part. He's pretty absorbed in eating at the moment.
Yeah, I'll let him eat for a couple of minutes and then I ask, so, how'd you get on this ship? Run afoul of these folk, or what's that all about?
He kind of looks up and has to take a second to kind of think over, and you see him kind of mouthing to himself some of the words you're saying. I was captured by these sailors. Kind of sets his bowl down or whatever that he was eating out of, or rubs his mouth. I was out scouting for tribe down in the water. I came up after tribe saw boat many times. Tried to follow and get on to find out what doing. And
You were just out in the ocean and decided to climb on somebody's boat and then they didn't let you leave?
I live in ocean.
You live in it.
Just nods like, mm-hmm.
Oh, so you like breathe water?
Yes. You can kind of adjusts his shirt and pulls aside, and you can see some like faint gills on his neck. I am sea elf.
Oh, I thought you were a moon elf. They're kind of pale.
I
too.
I do not know moon elf.
Don't worry about it. It's not important.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't know where they picked you up at, but you know where Saltmarsh is at?
No. What's a
Well,
Saltmarsh?
It's a town on the coast.
And he just kind of thinks. He goes, there are many villages on the coast. So I cannot be for sure where this one is located.
Okay. Well, some of our buddies got some maps. Maybe that would help you find out where you're from. And I mean, hell, I don't know how it works if you live in the ocean. I guess you can just take a break if you get tired of swimming and just sit on the bottom of the.
So I can find my way. My stuff.
Your stuff. All right. I don't know where your stuff's at.
I will look.
What'd you have?
I had a set of armor. It has small scales, kind of built in sea leather, like leather of fish, and a spear, kind of longer spear and knife.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know where that stuff's at. I mean, probably be best to wait for our buddies to get back before setting you off someplace. I don't want them to get too antsy. They sometimes, they don't know what's coming around each corner down there. Just give them a few minutes.
Okay. He's kind of. I am Oceanus.
I'm Bart. Nice to meet you.
Bart. Yeah. Good.
I'm a halfling. Yeah, you're sea elf halfling. Sounds good.
Yes. You are very small.
Yeah. It's good. So they underestimate you. I just hold out my hand. Just shake his hand, normal.
Yeah, he just kind of like yes. He just shakes your hand like okay. Guys, like this, I'm going to keep eating.
Yeah, you're right ahead.
Back to just nom 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 nom.
So you said you were scouting. What were you scouting for?
Because
we heard some people are going to have a war. I didn't know if you were for one of the sides in there.
Who is having war?
They said, what was it? Lizard folk and merfolk and swagging. I think that was all they said.
Sahwagan.
Yeah, swagging.
Oh, well, we tried to avoid. Do not like dealing with those that would rather fight. Always. Never talk.
Oh, okay.
Try to avoid those types.
Sure. Okay. I mean, seems like you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. I mean,
I was looking for this boat.
Oh, okay. Yes, I misunderstood you.
Tribe see them coming through waters very frequently. Ask Oceanus myself to see why our waters not usually traveled.
Oh, all right. Well, these guys are smugglers. They were carrying weapons to lizard folk. They're apparently going to have some kind of war or something.
Just kind of looks over at the lizard man behind you.
Yeah, those guys.
Cannot trust. Shakes his head. Attack as soon as capable.
They seem pretty docile now.
Looks back over at him again, just kind of.
Well, I mean,
but does not look convinced. It's like, You take risk yourself. You do that.
I mean, I'm not going to invite them over to dinner anytime soon, but I think for the time being, we got them under control.
He shrugs.
In any case, so your tribe saw this boat coming through their waters frequently and wanted to find out what they were doing.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Suspicious.
I guess that's a big old mission accomplished.
I guess so. Hey, they are dead now. It's not a problem.
Yeah. Probably won't be coming back through anytime soon.
Chief will be glad to hear.
Oh, you got a chief? I don't know anything about
Tribe
CLs.
leader.
How's that whole thing work?
We live under ocean.
Well, I mean, I come from a small town. We do some farming, some dairy stuff, and got some cheeses going on. But like, what do you do
is
underwater?
cheese?
I will
Dairy.
show him some cheese. You take milk and you kind of.
I do not know milk.
I kind of grab my boob.
It kind of looks at you like,
But from an animal, like milk.
milk. Ah, suckling, babe.
But you can turn it into cheese. Just try some, and I'm just handing some cheese.
It's kind of grab it. Cheese, good. I like.
Yeah. But
Keeps eating the cheese. Like,
I
yup.
mean, well, you guys just got fish,
I mean, fish. We have
like seaweed.
yes, kelp.
You farm?
Other vegetables. Yes.
How do you till soil for kelp? This has got to just go everywhere, right?
There's no tilling. What I do not. I'm not sure what you mean. You have kelp farm. It grows in like rocks and stuff. It goes down into rocks.
All right.
Shrugs like.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
You're not a
Farmer
good
Dave.
judge of age. Dude still seems kind of young.
Okay.
After a few minutes of you kind of since they're still kind of eating on that cheese, and just hear, puts a hand on his stomach. Mm. Maybe cheese is not so good. Just kind of sets it on the table and leaves it alone. Just kind of
I was like, a turd. Like,
He
what
just,
the-
hey, cheese.
Pump the brakes real quick.
That's good for CL, perhaps.
Well, maybe not. It still tastes good. Sorry if it don't agree with you too much. Okay, so anyway,
Tastes
we kind of
fine.
got off.
This
we got
stomach,
off-
not so much.
Right, we kind of got off topic a little bit. So you're looking for this ship.
Yes.
You find out they're smugglers. They're all dead now. Can
Yes.
I do anything else for you, or besides help you look for your stuff? Which I didn't see it when I was down
Would
there. but
appreciate stuff.
yeah. I'll just
Ocean
wait for you.
dangerous.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I don't know. I have never spent time on surface.
I mean, you're
You
welcome
say-
to come with
you
us.
say-
Was it-
Saltmarsh close? This Saltmarsh, this village?
You know what about an hour is?
Yes.
Yeah, it was about an hour.
Is not bad.
Yeah.
Pretty close. May look
Well-
before returning home.
Yeah, go right ahead. You can have a drink. They got alcohol on it. How do you have alcohol on the ocean? It's a liquid.
Don't worry about it. We find a way.
Okay.
Sea booze.
Sea booze. Imagine.
Sea elf liquor. Strongest there is.
They're basically just eating puffer fish or some shit like that.
Drugs is pufferfish.
Okay.
Very interesting high. No better.
I'll take your word for it. I can't
Not
breathe
for
in the water, so I'm not going to be.
Well, that's
I'm not going to be joining you anytime soon to check out the other side of things. As welcome as you are in Saltmarsh, I'm incapable of joining you on the your ocean expanse.
Kind of frowns at that. Well, that's not right. Find solution. Everyone should explore ocean.
I don't even know how to swim, so it's going to be a little bit difficult
He
for me.
and you say you can't swim. He's disbelief, utter, and how?
I mean, I had no need to go. I grew up in a big family, and I was the youngest, and they managed to not get any real good kids until I came along, so I pretty much had to do all the work.
Sea elf children in Manan swim soon as born. How?
Right.
How you not swim? Is there not water on surface?
I mean, it comes out of the sky, but I don't have to swim to get to the field that I'll plow or anything like that. You ever heard of rain before?
I mean, when water disturbs surface.
Yeah, it just comes out of the sky.
I see. That is it.
Well, yeah, I mean, some halflings enjoy going out in the river in their free time and swimming in the river, but
surface is so dry. Sounds terrible.
Well, that's probably pretty relative. Saltmarsh is about as muggy as it gets.
Muggy.
Yeah, it's kind of wet, but still not in the water. Humid, moist.
Dry.
Yeah, I figured
not in water.
Something like that.
It is very dry right now. I have been so dry.
All my willpower not to use puns. Okay.
It's like, so, he just looks over at Ned. You are quiet. Ned just kind of looks over at him.
Yeah, Ned's known for being pretty quiet. He doesn't say a whole lot.
I don't know what you mean. I talk all the time. I'm just tired.
Yeah, it's called sarcasm.
If you say so. You talk weird. Looks at him. You talk weird. Squints at him a little bit. Ned just goes back to kind of dozing in the corner. So.
They're just waiting on those guys to get back. I don't know what's taking them so long.
I'd say it's probably about this time y'all are just been chatting back and forth with old Oceanus, and y'all start. Jakob makes his way up first, followed a few minutes later by Galoob.
Yeah, I don't understand. They put traps on every single chest we found in this place. It's ridiculous. It's like if you gotta go, I don't know, get some coin, you just have to go through this long, intricate process.
I mean, you have to trap, otherwise, like, wild creatures come open up and just take. They don't know value. You just swim in.
Yeah, you can't really swim around up here.
You not have, like, creatures that wander.
I mean, you got birds, but I mean, they don't really go inside people's
like
chests. Right.
Or big albatross. I was told. Big bird eats fish.
Correct. Anyway, so what's up, Jakob? Did you guys find any oily scale armor? It belongs to this gentleman.
I don't believe we did.
Spear?
Did we, DM?
I think I actually accidentally skipped his armor. It was in that same chest with the spear. It was like rolled up. That's my bad. I skipped it. That was supposed to be in there. But it was similarly like kind of, it was leathery with more scale shaped pieces of metal like sewn into it in a way.
Gotcha.
Same chest that had the more ornately carved spearhead and dagger.
Gotcha.
Yes. Armor, spear,
I'm sorry. How do you spell his name?
Oceanus. Oceanus. It's not oil. I don't know what that means, the Audox. That's very scary. What do you mean?
Yeah, I'll tell the guys. Oh, Oceanus here. That's this guy's name. He's a sea elf, not a moon elf.
Yes.
This boat kept going through his tribe's territory, so his tribe told him to scout it out. And he thought the best place to scout it out would be on the deck. That didn't turn out so hot for him, and he got captured. And, well, those guys are dead now, so.
Yes.
You might want to avoid jumping on people's ships in the future.
I
tend not
cannot
to.
investigate by looking at bottom. It's just wood and barnacles.
That is true, but you might end up getting captured again.
Yeah, you can try not getting caught next time.
Yeah, we might not be here to get you out.
Well, he's never seen Saltmarsh before and doesn't quite know where he's at. So I figured we can probably let him look at a few of those maps, take him into town, show him what people do on two legs. On the surface.
Yes, I do. Me and tribe do have two legs. So.
Well, I've been thinking that I'm gonna row over to the cove because I'm not sure that the town guard's gonna be coming out here unless I go pick them up.
All right.
Well, I don't remember your name. What'd you say you were missing? Ocean Man?
Oceanus.
Ocean Man. Oceanus. Oh, what are you missing?
I have armor and spear and knife on me when captured.
I'll pull out the broken spear. This?
My spear. It just looks faintly distraught. Just kind of holds his hands up like, oh.
Uh-oh.
They broke it. It just takes it. Looks back out the door, like at the corpses, and just spits as far as like closest to him as he can get.
Then he said he was missing a dagger too, right? Bring out the dagger.
That's at least not broken. Take the dagger. He's about the same now. Just looking at the dagger in one hand and the spearhead in the other. You find armor.
Well,
was armor down? Maybe. Yes.
Sticks arm all the way in the bag.
It's like scale in leather, fish leather. Ha! Yes. Takes it. Wonderful.
All right. I also got this. You're full of shit.
That is evil hook woman bird. Squints at the bird.
All right, I think we have a
impossible
team mascot now.
And she is dead. Many sleepless night. Just like looking at the bird like, motherfucker.
Well, sorry about your spear.
This is very sad. He'll have to get
anyway, did y'all manage to find the shipment of weapons for the lizard folks? Yep. Probably need that to corroborate our whole story to the guard.
I'll reach in, pull out a shield.
Big lizard head emblazoned across the front.
Shove it back down.
All right. Well, hell, let's get back to the coast then. I mean, if we get everything we want off this ship, then let's get the hell off this thing.
Should we take the lizard people with us?
Hell, I don't care what you do with them. I mean, we can't carry them with us. They'll try to eat us as soon as we go to sleep.
I think either we need to leave somebody on the boat to watch them and then send the town guard in the boat to go get them, or we take them with us.
We got a lot of people riding in that boat as it is. I mean, I think maybe we can throw them in the bottom and leave them to the honor system.
Well, there are those holds where we found our sea elf friend. We can put a
Oceanus.
Oceanus. Thank you.
I have a name.
I'm sorry. I'm
Tall,
bad with names.
red-haired human.
I'm Jakob.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, where are my manners? This is Jakob. He's he's a very capable man with this sword, as you can see. Julian, a friend of ours. This man over here is Julian. He's looking for some people who did him a couple of wrongs in the past, and
His teeth are not right.
well, they're just right.
Belong
Don't
on
worry
shark.
about that.
Julian hadn't said anything. Can't see his teeth.
He's leaning like looking up on your head. Not right.
I'm
You are more fish.
a purple friend here is Gloob. He's from one of the Grung tribes nearby, but he's with us now.
You look wet.
Fuck, who's talking?
I am also wet.
Don't you live underwater?
Yes, I am always wet. And he just points at you three. Or you at these two. Not wet. Wet.
Well,
Are wet but shouldn't be wet. Pointing at Julian.
yeah, I mean, I'm not too much of a fan of being soaked all the time.
Leans kind of towards Gloob. Points at Bart. Can't swim. Just shakes his head. Shameful.
Gloob thinks about how he doesn't have a swim speed as a frog and almost cries.
Anywho, so y'all are just getting ready to, y'all just leaving the lizard folk on the boat.
Yeah,
We'll
I
go
don't care
put
about
him
the
these guys.
hole.
Yeah, we'll put him in the hold in the prison cell.
Are we not waiting on the guard?
Well,
I
I
figure
think
the boat's not going anywhere. It's anchored, right?
It's sat in one place.
The guard can't get here without the boat. I think they're waiting in the cove for us.
It's probably been about half an hour since y'all saw the light like waving around. You look back out, there's still just a light just stationary in the cove entrance.
We can send one back to pick them up.
What the hell for? I don't want to spend all night in this damn boat.
yeah, I kind of want to get back to the tavern. Have a couple of these. You know what I mean?
Julian looks like poorly concealed, like, not disappointment, but like concern about leaving the boat itself.
Something wrong?
Not exactly.
Well, what is it exactly? I'm not trying to play 20 questions.
I'm trying to figure out how to get the boat back to Saltmarsh.
Well, I imagine probably some folks from the guard will get some fellas to take it back there.
Well, the last time I saw a boat this size in Sweden, it took a lot more men to operate it than we have here, and I'm pretty sure these lizard folk aren't going to help us.
Right, but men can be hired.
All right.
Where?
We'd have to go to Saltmarsh if we're going to hire some men to bring the boat back here, but why would we even bother? We did the job.
Yeah, no, Julian's right. I'll go over to one of the dead cells. All right, buddy, we got a job for you. Get up. Stop being lazy. I'll kick him in his ribs. Just a
That
bunch of
man's
lazy
dead.
asses on this boat.
Fine.
I mean, the guard's going to have to search the boat as it is anyway. We got the weapons. We can show them to them. I mean, the story will check out. All that jazz will be good to go. Halflings love jazz music. It's canon, sorry.
Okay, sure.
I'll row us back.
Yaga, were you gonna throw the two lizard folk into the hold?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll help out. I'll be there for a light source to make sure you can get there.
They will be the one that clearly is like gonna try to kill the other one.
Really curious whether you're gonna keep going with that or not.
I'm
Like, there's gonna be a
going
dead
to
guy in here. Okay.
going to very securely tie him to that post.
Okay. Or just chucking the other one in there with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, will he be able to open the door if he's just standing there?
Two cells, right?
No, there was one that Oceanus was in. The other one was a like cargo, like a hidden like smuggling compartment kind of deal.
And the other one's hogtied, so it'll be fine.
The one that is depressed.
Yeah, he's hogtied. The one that wants to kill him, I'm going to very securely tie him up.
Sure, why not? Dude hisses at you a few times, but pissed off but defeated.
I'll prestidigitation some more wispy magic in his way if he gives too much trouble.
That wasn't the one y'all intimidated, so he just kind of squints at you and hisses at you as well.
I mean, he overheard the conversation, I'm sure.
He did, but
okay.
He really succeeded on his check.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, I rolled for him while he was listening to y'all. He did really good.
I'll tell the one that wants to kill the other one, no, if he's alive by the time the town guard get here, I'll make sure that they have you home.
Squints at you.
Do I need to roll like an intimidation or something against him?
Sure, go ahead and roll it. We'll see how effective it is.
Okay, intimidation, that's going to be 20.
20 total?
Yes.
Kind of lip twitches before kind of leaning back against the post. He is as good as dead already. Kind of looks over at him before looking away from him again.
Well, as long as it isn't by your hands and the town guard get here, they'll deal with everything.
What's going on?
I'm just making sure that our friend here doesn't end our other friend's life prematurely.
All right, I'm going to break it down to you, Yaku. They're going to kill these two lizard folk, not just because they're lizard folk, but they're lizard folk smugglers.
Well, if that's what the town guard decide, that's what the town guard decides. But that's not my place to decide.
They literally sent us all here to kill a bunch of smugglers. They probably would prefer if they were just dead and they didn't have to deal with it. Regardless if they
decide. These two men are captives. They're bound and they're completely defenseless. So, if the town guard decides to take the necessary justice that they feel needs to be taken, then they can.
Where the hell did you grow up?
Grew up in Seaton.
They got lots of common sense in Seaton.
Sure enough, about as much as they do in Saltmarsh.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
you trust the town guard. And
I'll let you know. There's probably half a good chance that they're going to drag these lizard men out from this boat and just push them off the edge. And while they're tied up, all they're going to bother losing is the rope. And the other half is they'll probably take them home and make some sort of show of killing them in Saltmarsh. Whatever type kind of high-winded justice you probably feel like the city of the Watch are supposed to be upholding, nobody gets paid enough for that in Saltmarsh, I would imagine, from what I heard.
Well, once again, this isn't my decision to make.
Well,
this isn't my justice to be given.
What if it was your decision, since you kind of can't make a choice on it?
My decision is to leave them here in this hold for the town guard to take.
All right. Let's go.
All right. I'm like,
Julian's just giving like the look the whole time, just kind of like.
What's the look?
What is enlightenment?
It's like kind of like this long suffering kind of like watching someone so idealistic being like, man, your rude awakening is gonna be super fucking rude.
Oof.
wait, you mean like the rude awakening of my daughter?
This man's had a hard life.
Now
Nobody knows your daughter's dead.
I know.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Jacob. If it were up to me, I'd let those lizard folk go. But I know they'd try to kill us, or they'd probably hurt someone along the way. It's just not really in the cards. Those folks are probably trying to save their people as much as any of the rest of us would. But, I mean, they're in the wrong territory for that to be able to go the way it should. They'll probably, again, like I said, kill or be killed, whether or not they make it or don't. So
now we can explain to the guard why they're here, and maybe they'll let them go.
well, if we're gonna explain to the guard why they're here and maybe they'll let them go, then we need to carry them with us, because I mean, they ain't seeing another sunset or two if we just leave them here. If you feel like you can keep these lizard men alive, by all means, let's carry them with us. But that's a mighty tall task you're taking on if you're trying to do something like that.
Yeah, I assume y'all are just kind of having this conversation out and about on the deck at this point.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be private with it or anything.
Jakob, I assume you're talking from a place of I don't know, looking like everybody else, but just saying, just from what I've experienced in this short little time, they won't treat them the same. That's not how that's going to work out. I may not be the smartest frog in this ship, but wait, I'm the only frog in I may not be the smartest frog in the swamp, but I know that what's going to happen to these guys. Bart's not wrong.
Lizard men. Vicious. Just kind of chiming in. Cannot trust.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty racist. That's not what I was getting at, but.
Well, you could also individual people of any race or creed aren't beyond redemption. I don't mean any offense here, but Gloob's people generally have a stipulation of not being the nicest folk. I'm pretty sure lizard people aren't too happy about halflings or humans, or probably bugbears either. And apparently they're gearing up to fight against a bunch of Swahagan, which everybody seems to think are assholes.
I can't remember. Did you say
evil?
Did you say we knew anything about Swahagan? I can't remember if we rolled for it last session.
I believe Bart rolled for it, and he didn't get much beyond general knowledge of these kind of tribal societies, and that they
mean fish people from the sea.
Yeah, that they were mean fish people, and that his knowledge of not necessarily the Swahagan, but of the Keelanth, the lizard folk, Lokatha, some of those others, and that these tribal societies don't normally work together. Like they tend to be very against making alliances, especially in the long term, and so that lends credence to Swahagan are dangerous. I can't remember if you had rolled for it or not.
I think I did, and I didn't get great, so it's mostly just like tales that I had heard.
Yours was like general information of these kind of groups. I can't remember if Julian rolled for it or not.
Yeah, by all means, go right ahead.
Probably should have wrote that down, but I couldn't recall off the top of my head. So if you would like to make it has been a little over an hour, so if this is kind of something you've been pondering this whole time, I'd be happy to give you an additional check.
Sure. Knowledge history.
Yeah, history would do just fine.
13.
Not much more than what Bart knows, except specifically for the Sahuagin. Since you've spent a lot of time at sea, you've heard about them. You don't really know anything specific outside of that. You've heard some tales from other fishermen and sailors in taverns. They've attacked smaller vessels that some people have lost their friends to them. They're vicious, vicious and cunning, and you've heard like really hyperbolic tales about like their giant gnashing teeth as they leap 30 feet in the air from the depths to land upon the decks of ships before slaughtering those that can be found, that kind of thing. No real details from there. Some mean motherfuckers. They don't like anybody else.
But Jakob, if you want to try and take these lizard men under your wing and say that they are some type of envoys of their people that are supposed to be getting weapons to fight an allied flow of Saltmarsh in a war to come, sure, go right ahead. I'll back your play in that regard, but you got to understand that good chance you're going to be pissing in the wind.
I believe that if we explain that to the guard, that they'll listen. They're good people.
Giant eye roll.
All right. Well,
Jakob,
let's.
were you not in the same room with us in the town council?
I
You
was.
had a bunch of. You had one guard and some merchants and a kid. Like,
Come on.
These are your good people that you're relying on.
Gloob, I don't mean to talk you all over, Jakob. I respect you a lot, even kind of scary too. But Gloob, sometimes people just got to see for themselves. Let's go ahead. We can bring them with us. We'll keep an eye on them. We'll get them back to Saltmarsh, and we'll just see what happens. Maybe we're all wrong. Maybe Jakob's right. There's sometimes things happen like this. This will be fun.
Okay. Y'all take the first one. I got some stuff I want to do on the boat anyways.
I'll stay with Gloob.
All right. Well, let's go. Let's get them.
Go back down, making sure the bonds are all tight and whatnot, and bring them.
Yeah, you bring them up and put them in the boat. Ned kind of helps y'all along. It's like, I'll figure I'll go ahead and go along with you guys. Might as well get full load.
All right.
Hops on, kind of gets on in the boat with you guys. Easily enough to figure out the lowering mechanism that raises and lowers the boat. It's not terribly complex. Just system of levers and pulleys and all that fun stuff. You just kind of hoist it down. Y'all are in the water. It does, unless y'all want to do anything specific on the boat ride itself. You make it back to the cove in probably about the next 10 to 15 minutes. When y'all get there, you see kind of torch kind of shoved like in such a way that it's propped up on the end, and just one of the guardsmen they all had met previously, the one that was more scruffy looking and bearded, kind of sat up on a rock. Well, I figured it was long enough before y'all got back.
Yeah, we're careful. We got a couple of lizard folk in here.
Mean bastards. I'm surprised y'all captured them. They aren't usually much for surrendering.
We got knocked out. Anyway.
And kind of leans. Weird looking elf found. You are weird.
He's sea elf. He's with us. He got captured. We set him free. We're gonna go show him the town. Treat him to a good time.
As long as he's not one of them smugglers, I don't care.
Nope, he was a prisoner.
Y'all, not all y'all make it. Just counting.
We have a couple more on the ship. Everybody's fine.
Yeah,
but these We wanted to ask you about these gentlemen here, these lizard folk. They're envoys for their people. And they seeking
Don't look
seeking
like
weapons.
envoys to me.
Now that might be a little hard to tell. I know
Just
for
hear
me.
as the one that was more aggressive, just kind of hisses at him, grabs his
Yeah.
spear a little bit, like.
Yeah, they'll probably try to bite you if you get too close. We'll take care of them.
Won't be trying to bite me long.
Yeah, we're trying to get them to town and talk to some folk about hearing them out. They got quite a story to tell. So
kind of looks at y'all. Y'all do what you want. Just make sure they don't
All
hurt
right.
nobody. Or
they're bound up
y'all
pretty
as
good.
well. Well, my partner started making his way back to Saltmarsh a bit ago. He'll
All right.
be back with more guardsmen. They'll be bringing around a slightly bigger boat to board and take a look at that.
All right. Well, I will start trying as best I can to bodily heave these massive lizard folk out of this little boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will help.
Between Jakob, Ned,
Bye.
and Oceanus pitches in because he's pretty grateful to y'all freeing him. He's not quite at full strength, but he helps maneuver them because they're mostly awkwardly sized. Y'all are able to get them out of the boat and kind of finagle them out onto that beach. Gloob, were you looking for anything? Were you want to do anything particular?
Yes, I was.
Right. What would you like to do?
The woman's hooked hand. I would like to take it.
As far as I'm aware, those things are usually pretty in there. How are you trying to remove it?
I've got the sword.
Are
Yeah,
you just gonna come over and start helping him hack the end of this woman's arm off?
I mean, I was
Julie.
taking that hook if he wasn't, so.
Y'all are fucking weird, but okay.
Julian uses his teeth.
I just make a who's doing it, or are y'all helping each other?
I mean, how stuck it? Like, I just go over there and tug on it. Is it?
It's attached to her arm.
All right, I'll twist it on like a screw. Try to screw it off. Does that work?
No, she doesn't have a fancy schmancy like swap in swap out system.
As I'm like walking around, like probably doing my best to like tidy the deck, I'll just kind of like drop my sword off next to him.
You might need that.
That's fine. I got a blade.
I have like a dagger?
I have a rapier. I have a rapier in my daggers.
Okay.
My daggers are probably smaller than yours too, so I can get the tendons and whatnot.
All right, never mind then.
I'm not sure how these things are attached, so I'm making it up. So we're sticking with what I make up. So yeah,
Cool.
so you're trying to just get it off of there?
Yeah.
Make a strength check for me.
So fucking gruesome.
I figure I want to make this
A
as
strength check,
uncomfortable as possible.
not being dexterous with the.
No, there's some like bones and shit in the way.
I'm just having Rocket Raccoon. I'm gonna get that up.
Yeah, that's what I'm figuring. Y'all are fucking weird.
4. No, I'm sorry, 5. Because I have a
5.
+1 strength.
It's in there.
It's in there. Yeah, did I stutter?
Julian,
The odd ox knows.
hold the other side of her.
You're sitting there. You're
Quick.
trying to like saw at it with your knife and just it's not really like spraying blood everywhere because she's been dead for a while, but it's just kind of gross. It's like congealed
So quick Google search
nastiness.
said they were held on with harnesses, like buckled harnesses.
Yeah, well, go fuck yourself. I decided how this one was
This one's in
attached.
there.
This
Well,
one's
in there.
in there.
If you guys do recall, there was a part of the ship that was for repairs that had saws there.
Yep.
Well, I'm not thinking that far.
Don't advance this.
Julian, hold that. I'm gonna kind of put one foot up against her head right here, and the other one against her rib cage, while pulling on her arm, and say, "Julian, pull it. Julian, pull her other arm."
There's got to be a more dignified way to do this.
I don't give a shit. Grab her other arm.
Are you helping him, Julian?
Incredibly uncomfortably.
Make another strength check at advantage.
Yeah. That's a 17 on the first one. Yeah, 17.
Okay. I saw it, Brittany. Don't worry. You haul on it, and you're hauling, and almost like a just popping sound, and just kind of you just find yourself flying backwards a little bit.
Shit.
As it seems kind of like it was I'm not really sure how to justify this, but it was kind of in there. But you got a hold of it and popped it out. But it came with like the whole like end bit, like not just the hook. So
It can't. Wait. When you say
so you have the hook.
Oh, the cap.
And the cap. The
All
cap
right, well,
that was attached.
You said the end bit. I was worried about like the end bit of her arm.
Oh yeah, this is the whole. Actually, the whole forearm. It came off at the elbow. No, you just the cap,
okay.
The cap and the hook. You now have a hold of.
Awesome. I'll look inside. There's something to like grab the hook with. Could I like stick my hand in there and grab the bottom of the hook?
I mean, you can reach in there. It's a bit wet.
It's fine. So am I.
It's, but and it's not like a long handle, but there's kind of like a nub where it looks like that. It's how it's attached to the end cap.
I'll have to work on that. I'll throw it in the bag of holding for right now.
Very well. You now have a hook in your bag of holding.
The second thing I wanted to look for was either on the captain or the drow or that hook-handed woman was a tri-corner cap. I have three things I'm looking for.
There's no tri-corner cap.
No tri-corner cap. Okay.
No tri-corner cap.
And I did confirm last session that I got their unattached parts, right? Or unattached stuff.
Yes.
Under the captain, the assorted rings and jewelry, coin pouch, hand crossbow,
sword. He had armor.
Nice long sword, and
the
bolts.
A fine long sword, and he had like some fine studded leather.
Yeah. And then the hook lady also had a coin pouch of 10 gold as well.
Right. No hammer. That hammer is gone.
Oh yeah, the hammer's super gone.
That hammer in the ocean somewhere. You could look for it, I guess, since you can breathe underwater, but it's gonna be futile at this juncture.
No tri-corner hat. The third thing I'm going to look for is an eye patch, and that'll be the last thing I'll look for.
Good lord. Fucking pirate frog.
Not on any of the nicely dressed people, but you do see on like one of the randos there's a frayed cloth. It's honestly more of like a wrap that was just kind of like wrapped and it happened to go over where their eye was, but it's like faintly shaped so that it'll kind of stay on your head over the eye section.
Perfect.
Okay.
We'll take that too.
You have a shitty eye patch.
Awesome. And that is it for me.
Okay. Anything else that Julian you're wanting to do on that boat?
I mean, if everything's all tidied up, the
tidy's a strong
smugglers are all laid out in lines on one side for the
covered in gore.
Well, I did what I could. Right? As tidy as is possible with the current resources.
Julian, I'm helping. You did your best. Absolutely.
I have to prepare my future boat. All right.
Okay. Sure.
Hey, he is emotionally distraught at the loss of his first boat, alright?
It was much smaller than this boat.
I know. This is going to be a huge upgrade.
I feel like Julian's the only person who thinks that we're keeping that boat.
Oh, probably yeah.
Probably so.
No, but and he's going to be super sad.
But yeah, is there anything else y'all are wanting to do?
You're sure there's no tri-corner hat?
I am certain. I rolled like a 2, so no hat.
I'll grab my parrot.
That parrot is not particularly content, but
he will be eventually.
I'm just letting you know. Currently, he's not super pleased with all the moving around your. Did you leave? Did you take his cage, or did you just take the parrot?
Oh no! I took the cage.
Okay,
I'm
sure.
I got the cage.
I was gonna give him some
there,
saves for freedom, if not.
While we're sitting there, I'll take another chunk of fish and sort of hold it up to the parrot's cage. Give me an animal handling check.
Sure, roll an animal handling for me.
It's not my best skill, but I do have
Why
it.
not? I do know we are vastly over where we usually go on break.
Oh wow! I was
not
paying attention to the time. 16.
Yeah, trust me. I've been looking at it. 16. Yeah, kind of it kind of squawks some more like obscenities at you before just kind of snatching up and just
This bird is going to be great, Julian.
Okay.
He's kind of side-eyeing the parrot, like.
All right. Is there anything else y'all are wanting to accomplish before somebody presumably returns in the rowboat and picks you up?
I gotta deal with the lizard people first.
Are you returning to get them?
Oh yes,
this is my point. Like, is somebody coming back?
Yes, I'm going
okay.
to.
All right.
I mean, Julian can go back regardless.
That's true. You can swim, but after probably like half
Blue,
an
don't you have
hour
a
total,
swim speed?
You can. That's just fucking mean. Probably after like a total of like half an hour, Jakob comes rowing back with the boat and picks y'all up and rows you guys back. Is there anything y'all are wanting to do before just returning to Saltmarsh?
Nope.
Nothing comes to mind.
Okay. So as y'all wrangle your lizardmen captives on your way to Saltmarsh, retrieving your mounts and any of your stuff that you had kind of left in the haunted house proper while y'all were staking it out, begin your journey back. Kind of about halfway through there, starting to probably less than halfway through at this point. As y'all are setting out and heading that way, you see a contingent of some guards, small group of guards heading up the winding path to the haunted house, as well as you can see a shorter mast kind of peeking out on the horizon, sailing in the direction of the larger vessel. And as y'all make your way back after a job well done, that's where we're finally going to take our freaking break. I'm so sorry, everybody. It got a lot longer. I thought we would. I was like, oh, we'll just stop when they get off the boat, and that took a lot longer than I expected. So my bad. But yeah, we are gonna, pop off, refresh our drinks, go to the bathroom, stretch our legs a little bit. I would recommend anybody who's watching do the same. Sitting for a long time can make your butt hurt. So go ahead and do that, and we'll be back hopefully here in about 10 to 15. Don't go anywhere. Come back, and we'll see what's waiting for our heroes back in Saltmarsh and what will become of the lizardmen and, their new elvish friend. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Bye.
Bye.
And we're back. Hi.
Hello.
I gotta skip my way back over. I centered myself during the break. Oh man, what fun and exciting times. Hope everybody had a good pee and drink refreshment time. Hey, I'm just saying, it's really uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable to sit there for long periods of time when you really gotta pee. I think that's a valid statement.
Hope you had a great pee.
I'll see
you next time.
I got the mad charm. But yeah, we return for the last quarter of our Ghost of Saltmarsh session for the night. Our first half ran to more to first three quarters. But that's okay. So, our heroes, having vanquished the rest of the smugglers, proceeded to take a quick ish look through the entire rest of the vessel upon which they found themselves, finding both loot as well as a prisoner in the form of a sea elf named Oceanus, who appeared to have run afoul of these smugglers while trying to figure out what the hell that boat was doing, making its way to and fro through their territory. He also discovered some more of their cargo in the form of silks and booze and some mining equipment, and lastly but not least, a hidden cache of weapons that they know had been commissioned by the lizardmen to be delivered to their home on the Dunwater, deciding that it was best for the lizardmen's overall survival rate to bring them back to Saltmarsh themselves. They loaded them up, as well as Ned and their new buddy Oceanus, into the rowboat and made their way back to shore in a couple trips, finding the lone guard, his partner having gone off to collect more guardsmen to come and inspect the boat itself. They let him know their intention to take the lizardmen back, and proceeded on their way back to Saltmarsh. So, gentlemen, as you begin your trip back to Saltmarsh at this juncture, it's probably closer to about 4 in the morning. Y'all spent a couple of hours doing y'all's thing, wiping the floor with a bunch of criminal scum, and y'all are on your way. Is there anything y'all are particularly wanting to do during your journey?
I think wiping the floor might be a little bit of an exaggeration. It was a bit more of a struggle than that.
Hey, man. History is written by the victor.
But yeah, it was super easy. Yeah.
So.
I got nothing.
You got nothing?
Tired
probably,
as all
yeah.
hell. Ready
Everybody
to
seems
sleep.
to be pretty tired. Even Ned doesn't have a ton to say.
Yeah, he may have healed up on the short rest, but Julian did still get the shit kicked out of him.
It was pretty rough. Probably the most talkative person is Oceanus, which even so, he's not terribly talkative. It's more of just a emotive noises he makes as he's kind of observing things that he hasn't seen. Just kind of, just kind of observing the landscape around him. Occasionally kind of like getting Bart's attention for clarification on what something is. But that's about it on y'all's way back. Lizardman, the aggressive one, wiggles occasionally, but y'all secured him on, I believe y'all probably had to secure him across, both of them across Jakob's horse on his way back. But y'all did a good job, so they're not going anywhere. But yeah. So y'all make it back to the outskirts. We're coming up on, as you make your way back, it's closing in on probably about 5 in the morning. Faint tinges of pink and orange on the horizon, but still a ways off from true morning. I'd say pink and orange, probably lightening of the sky more than that. That would be an actual sunrise. So it's a little gray rather than being only lit by the moon. So y'all come up, and a couple guards who are hanging out at their posts on this side of the on this side of Saltmarsh. Kind of get within 20 to 30 feet of them. Who goes there?
Bart. Went to go out and
Who the
take
fuck's
care
Bart?
of those. Is that any way to talk to your elders? Bart was with a group of people, haunted house, cleared out all the bandits, did your job.
Is it the same guards from before?
Oh, no, these are different guys.
Okay.
Oh, y'all.
Like, oh, you know.
That group, Eleander and them sent out. All right. Yeah, come on in.
Where can we keep these fellas till
Kind of
later today?
y'all get closer to where they kind of have some standing torchlight and kind of squinting. They dead?
No, they're very much not dead.
They're not dead, but are you blind?
Over at you.
I'm assuming they saw us walking forward with them. It's
Yeah.
kind of like
They're on a horse. Like slumped across them.
oh,
They
slumped
could
across. I missed
100%
that.
be
Yeah,
corpses.
never mind. I thought that they
It's
were.
like, what the shit?
I thought we were like leading them
Oh.
with the horses.
Bro,
I was like,
no.
"Are you dumb?"
One of them is hog-tied, and the other is tied
Yeah,
with hand and foot.
No, totally
Yeah,
back
you're
on
good.
board. I got you.
You just kind of look at them. I mean,
These gentlemen
hmm.
These gentlemen are the envoys for a group of lizard men. Fortunately, they're a little, let's say, excitable. So for our safety, we tied them up, but we wanted to bring them, ask Eleander whether you wanted to get some information out of them or if they should be let go.
Uh-huh. Just kind of looking at him. You can see him kind of looking at, like, obvious wounds on these guys. Mighty good envoys. Get beat up that bad. Whatever. You can take them on to jail. They may take them, they may not. Best place to look.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Appreciate it.
No problem. Stay out of trouble. Yeah, you stay out of trouble. The other one kind of chimes in.
Of course.
Go back to keeping an eye out on the night outside of Saltmarsh.
Jakob, I really wouldn't say more than you absolutely have to about what these lizard folk are here for and what they're actually doing. Anybody who gets wind of these guys might decide that they don't really too much care for having any kind of lizard folk in their city. It's just less is more in this situation is all I'm saying.
All right. Should I just say that they're an envoy and that's it?
You should just say that they're prisoners.
All right.
Envoy thing, not particularly convincing from what you've seen so far. Just give you that as a freebie.
They're important because we brought them here. We've already done a good deed for the town. Hopefully, the fewer people who see them, probably the better. Let's just get them to the jail.
All right.
So, yeah.
Do we know where the jail's at?
that was actually about to be my comment, because I didn't think so, except for the fact that you, Bart, and you, Gloob, came in from that side of the town. That same, I believe, is kind of the northerly side, that northern entrance that y'all came through that actually had the wall and the gate. Along that initial road, y'all did see what appeared to be a larger kind of very square gray stone building that did appear to be something along the lines of a jail.
We'll try to get them there and hurry along through the city while we do.
Yeah. It's, like I said, it's like 5 in the morning by the time y'all got here. There's not too many people moving around, not for the most part. Y'all do see several handfuls of what look like fishermen that are trying to get an early morning, making their ways to the docks. Most of those that are trying to get that early are already out there. That's really the only directions you hear any sound coming from. But y'all make it through mostly more or less completely unimpeded. See a few guards that are walking along their way, but most don't say much. Just kind of looking, just shrugging. Y'all don't seem to be causing any trouble, and those look like they're covered in scales, so they don't right care. So y'all are able to make it there unimpeded.
All right.
Not anybody really. There's one guard standing kind of on the outside, arms crossed, looking a bit sleepy.
Oh there. Gotta store these lizard folk in here until we can talk to the. Hey, how you doing?
Store some lizard folk.
Yeah.
Why?
From that ship up. Well, it's council business. Hell, I don't know why he wants to do these things. They're important. They gotta talk to them.
Okay. Come on.
I don't like it any more than you do. Appreciate it.
Wait. Give me a second.
All right.
Opens up the door, heads inside. Yarin! I have some folks out here that want to leave some lizard folk. Just some grumbling. Dude, come out. Little bigger in the middle. Isn't wearing armor, but he does seem to have a kind of a mace at his hip, and some like armored boots. He just doesn't seem to be armored up at the moment. He's got his sleeves kind of rolled up a little bit above his elbows. Some 5 o'clock shadow going on, but completely smooth on top. Few facial scars. Looks like he's probably been in some fights, but y'all wanting to store some lizard folk here?
Yeah, just till tomorrow. Is that gonna be all right?
Y'all are on council business.
That's right.
Eleander did say y'all might bring back prisoners, so didn't expect them to be scaly.
Hey, neither do we.
Well, come
The
here.
ones without scales didn't make it.
Really? Yeah, the scaled ones did. Fancy that.
Some of them.
Bring them in. Somebody come write some paperwork for me. Leads y'all inside, kind of calls a couple other guards, like, help get these fellas into some cells. Have Eleander look at them in the morning.
Probably don't want to have them in the same cell together.
Put them in separate cells.
I super appreciate it so much.
I'm sure. So y'all have them being carried off. One hisses and snaps at one of the guards a little bit, just kind of hauls back and just nails him right in the snout. Brings you over, and if you could give a brief, y'all could write.
I can write.
Shoves a kind of leads you around to kind of was a desk area and shoves a couple sheets of paper in a cooling ink pot. Write down basically why you bothered bringing them back. That
Sure.
way Eleander has something to go on when he questions them.
I'll simply write that these two are captives that we got off the ship with smugglers. Our captives, not captives on the ship.
Gotcha.
And that they have information about the smuggling routes and activities of the smugglers.
Okay. As you're kind of finishing up, kind of think they speak common.
Unfortunately, they don't. But our good buddy Jacob here, for some reason, knows how to talk to him.
Well,
Never know what you'll pick up in a tavern. Am I right?
well, can't say I know many that speak the same. Come by about 7:38. Mid.
That's only in a few hours.
Mm-hmm. Gotta ask them questions. Don't
All right,
really
fair
have
enough.
anybody that can do the asking. If, of course, you would like to finish up your contract with the council. Who knows? They might pitch in a little extra for your services.
All right. Well, appreciate it. We'll see you in a few hours.
The rest of y'all don't have to come, if only he speaks it. Do what you want. I don't care. Anywho,
All right.
That's fair.
rub his hand on his head. Alright, be about your business. Sits himself kind of creakily in the chair behind the desk. Takes the paper and starts glancing over it. It's much of a dismissal as y'all have ever heard, anyway.
All right, yeah, we'll get the hell out of there.
Y'all dip on out. Y'all just heading back to somewhere. I don't know.
We'll head back to the
Tavern.
The
Been
rip-
awake for quite some time.
Okay. All
the
right.
rip line, the
Or-
ripping line, what?
Snapping line.
Snapping line.
Yeah, the snapping line. Okay. Y'all better make your way in there.
Nobody around.
No, nobody's around. It's like closing in on 6 at this point, like 5:30.
Hmm. Oh,
Well, I'm assuming there's someone at delivery, right?
At what?
Where I can store Daisy and his
Oh
horse.
yeah, yeah. There's one of those bigger guys. It's
Same spiel.
yeah. Just surprised to see y'all back
Hey,
this
well,
hour anyway. All right.
we were victorious.
Oh,
Hooray.
Well,
glad to
bruh.
hear it. Many success upon you. Holds out a hand. You want to leave your
What's it?
horses
Silver, right?
for the actual stable, yeah. Because there's like a post, and that like where you just
Right.
tie your horses off, and then there's an actual stable,
Yeah.
kind of situated in between.
Obviously, I'm gonna put old Daisy in the stable.
Cecil is also going in the stable.
Thank you. Puts them in the pouch. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
what time will Hannah be around?
Oh god. Can't be too much longer. Start getting breakfast ready for anybody who might come through. Probably
Okay.
an hour. Hour and a
I
half.
just want to wait on Hannah for an hour then and get some breakfast.
Sure.
We just ate, but sure, if you want to eat
Oh,
again,
y'all did eat not that long ago. Yeah.
Oh wait. No. If I'm gonna be interrogating the lizard man, I can't get drunk. Oh.
Julian tired as shit.
The trials and
just wanted to sleep.
tribulations of being one of the only multilingual people in the group.
I speak 2 languages, thank you.
Relevant
I
multilingual.
speak 4.
Multilingualists in the group. Currently relevant. Does that make you feel better?
Yeah. If we're waiting on Hannah, Julian's just gonna find a chair, tip that hood forward, cross his arms, and nap as best he can.
Okay.
He big tired.
Y'all are welcome to power nap, because I just trying to recall. Did y'all reserve your rooms again after that first night? So, like y'all don't even have keys to a room.
Nope.
That's rough. Yeah. So y'all nap, I guess, as best you can in there. Dude from out front peeks in a couple times that y'all see, just to kind of make sure y'all aren't stealing or anything, but it's just like
Stealing these Z's.
whatever. So yeah, probably closing about 6:30. So about an hour after. I start to hear a little bit of movement coming from back in the kind of kitchen area before one Hannah Riss kind of comes in. Oh. Hi.
Hey, how's it going? You had a pretty long night. Looking for a few rooms.
It looks like it. Okay. I mean, yeah. Hold on. She goes digging around, like kind of steps into the back again before coming out with a little box that she kind of sets up under the counter and opens it and rustles around. You know what? Two rooms again. Are you wanting the bath again? Okay.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Same as before.
All right.
On hand, which was 2.5, 2 silver, 5 copper a piece, if I recall.
Time to get a little bit poorer.
To be like that.
2 silver, 5 copper.
Yep. Spends money, make money. Kind of collects from you. Like, thank you.
Yep, hand over the money. All right, well, I appreciate it.
Kind
of
of
course, kind of
nudge.
fishes out those 2
Uh,
keys. Here you go.
I'll
Sorry.
I'll do some extra for what's his bucket? Oceana.
Oh yeah, y'all have fucking Oceanus and Ned. Damn, I suck. She looks at
Ned
Oceanus
takes
a little bit weird.
Fucking room.
And Julian's already walking away, like
Yeah. Hi.
probably like the most brusque of thank yous as he drags himself off to the room.
Like just waves there. He's like, y'all are gonna need some extra rooms. I mean, Ned, I guess okay.
Oceanus is new to the surface. I never really been on land too much, but yeah,
Okay.
he's a pretty fine fella. I found him on that ship. He was kind of a little bit prisoner.
Does he need to stay in the bath as well?
No, he doesn't. Bye. Good night. And I go upstairs.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Wait, Glue.
We
morning,
are
night.
still just covered in blood and
Yeah,
shit
y'all are
right now.
gross. Like, it's kind of just looking y'all up and down, like, hey.
Well, while they're talking, I'm gonna kind of like whisper over to Glue and be like, "Hey, don't you have something for Hannah over there?"
Later. I'm tired.
Hey, y'all,
Alright.
please don't get any stuff on my beds, please.
Glue, before you go,
What?
can I get that shield and that letter you showed everybody?
What? The what?
The shield has got the marking on it. Oh shit, I don't know about that. Totally metagame the fuck out of that. Oh no, you did show me the shield. You pulled it out. That's right.
Yeah, I showed you the shield.
Yeah.
So here.
Grab the shield.
I have
And the
10 of
letter. Yeah, the letter or whatever as well.
The letter?
Yeah, the one that corroborates the
In the captain,
the
it was in
lizard.
the captain's quarters.
Yeah, the broken common letter.
Oh, gotcha. I don't think I wrote that down. I didn't find that. You did.
Whoever went riffling through the desk, which I believe
Yeah, I didn't look
was
through the
Jacob.
desk.
Okay.
So one of you guys have that.
I assume we just shoved everything in the bag of holding.
Yeah, that's what my assumption was. Hand it to Glue.
Bag of holding, go burr.
Indeed.
Holds all of
All right,
that.
so yeah, with that's all I care about. Just getting those
Okay.
couple of things, we should be golden.
You're just pulling it out of the bag of holding?
Oh yeah,
I'm sure it's in there. Okay.
I'm grabbing it with me.
Okay, sure. All right. You have
I'm gonna
lizard shield and a letter.
But this
gonna
is made
pay
out of
for-
metal, right?
It's what?
The shield's made out of metal,
Yeah,
right?
shield's like, it's not like standard lizard man shields that are like made out of big turtle shells. This is like banded around the sides like oak or other similarly hard woods.
Gotcha. Cool.
I'm gonna pay for breakfast.
Yeah. It's gonna be it'll be a little bit, but yeah, I'll make sure you get some of the first out.
All right.
Do you not want to sleep in a room? Okay.
I have
We got some
plans
business
at
to take
the
care of,
jail.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Just kind of looking at Oceanus. So are you gonna buy a room? Buy a room with what?
Yeah, I can. I get
I
him covered. Don't worry about
I
it.
was robbed recently. I don't have any money. So.
I can get him a room. It's not a big deal. Here you go.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Well, she holds out a key to him, and he just kind of, thank you. It just kind of holds in his hands, like, Like I said, weird key. Says, okay. It's kind of, where are we going? Strangely shaped.
You can go to your room and sleep if you need to. I'm going to be going with Jakob here to take care of these lizard folk. The story of whatever he's going to say to them.
Oh, well, while I am curious, tired.
Understandable.
Have good time. It's just like, I do
Do
not know
elf
where a room is, and starts kind of like wandering up the stairs.
just match the symbol on the door with the one on the key. You'll be fine.
Looks at
Put
it.
it.
Okay. Few seconds. Okay, never mind. Kind of, you hear a little bit of banging around for a second after he gets up there, but then you hear, ah, and like a creaking of a door from up the stairs. He makes his way just
All
fine.
right.
So, Julian and Gloob, y'all went off to the rooms / bathroom y'all purchased for the night. And Bart and Jacob, y'all are just staying up.
Yep.
Okay.
Because it's only like an hour
It's
before
at
like
this
7,
point it's
right?
about an hour and a half till 8.
I'm gonna see this train wreck to the end.
Okay.
Trying to keep me honest. So I'd be like, yeah, we totally kept him alive. I released him out of town.
It's anybody else have any intention of trying to join them? this
I will
endeavor.
soak for an.
Aren't I super asleep right now?
I mean, if you just went straight up there, then yeah. You just fucking crashed. If you didn't wait to see anything that was being said, yeah. You're probably asleep.
I feel like it was pretty obvious that I was getting evidence out of the bag of holding directly in front of me.
Yeah, unless you were just like literally the second Hannah came out and handed a key, you just fucking like speed ran up there. I'd say it's you. Okay.
Let's see. I'll do what I do and roll for it.
Coward. Make your own decisions.
18, 19, or 20.
No, I roll a percentile dice.
Okay.
I'll grumpily be looking at them, like,
That can wait.
Okay.
Well, I might dry up and die, so I'm gonna soak for an hour, and when y'all are ready to go, I'll be back down. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna soak for an hour, and when
you're
come back down.
Whenever you go out there, I'll just call after. Don't worry, I'll wake you up.
Probably a good thing.
Yeah.
I just like to imagine us just sitting in the middle of the tavern, just drenched in blood, walking through
Y'all
the
are
street.
gross. Just for the y'all, no intention.
we
Hannah's
are now
kind of
crusted in blood.
side eyeing
We are
you
no
guys.
longer
It's like
drenched.
the kind of the situation after the first Avengers movie where they're all getting shawarma,
Yeah.
but without the whole building being wrecked. They're just sitting there like, oh fuck.
Probably after about 20 minutes of y'all just very evidently deciding y'all bought rooms and just have no intention of going to sleep. Kind of, she's bustling about, kind of waking up and starting to hear some cooking sounds and clinging and clanging from the back, and some of her help starts to get up and move around, making like stoking the fire and stuff. But they're all giving y'all side eyes and weird looks, and just kind of I understand y'all were on some council business, but could you please clean up? They're gonna
Well,
freak out my customers.
unfortunately,
Y'all are really
Let's just
kind
go
of
around
gross
back.
looking. It's pretty obviously not like fishing related.
Yeah, let's just go around back. Can we carry a couple of chairs around back? That'll be acceptable.
Yeah, sure. Hey, he just kind of calls over one of her dudes and is like, take them a couple chairs out back, please. Use them.
I mean, I can carry a chair. Come on.
They're too late, dude like
little.
big, like looks like, you know, he usually works on a boat. Just kind of takes a couple chairs and hauls them out there for y'all and plops them down. There you go.
Sure.
Do you have a pump out here?
Yeah, there's a freshwater pump out
Don't wash, Jacob.
All right.
We gotta sell this. Blood's good.
I think I might let you do most of the talking. I'll try to help him sell it. It seems like you convinced him a lot better than I did at the jail.
Well, halflings are good at talking. What can I say? I've been around a long time. I'm a pretty good one.
I just doze while we wait.
You're like, yeah, okay, cool.
Okay. Are y'all cleaning up in any way? Did you say you were using?
Nah.
Y'all just sitting out there, just gross as hell.
Out back, away from sight, covered in gore and other stuff. Got to
Okay.
use it to sell the situation.
All right, y'all are nasty. Nobody really comes out there. Like maybe some people like from a distance that are like street over, kind of like look down an alley, like a back way as they walk by, but nobody really stops to take too close of a look at you. Some more of her workers kind of come in and out, filling pails of water and stuff. And other than looking at y'all and just kind of shaking their heads a little bit, at this point they're just kind of whatever. Like it's kind of the shock value is kind of worn off of just having a bunch of viscera covered individuals just hanging out. But it passes to closing on best y'all can tell about the appointed time. Not really anything going on. Just sounds of more people starting to wake up. You hear, her front door open and close. The front door of the snapping line open and close a few times as a few people pop in for getting breakfast, a warm breakfast here before heading out onto the boat or into any which way where they might be doing their day's labor.
Gotcha.
All right.
Well, Julius didn't see any of these people because he was fucking
Who?
asleep until Julian.
You said Julius.
I did
Et
say
tu,
Julius.
Brute. Stabbed to death by your friends. They're gonna kill you one day. Hell yeah, I'm here for it. That'd be fucking wild. Anywho, so you didn't hear any of this because you're just fucking sleeping in the alleyway.
Until Bart wakes me up and says it's go time.
Do you snore?
KTF.
Do sure.
You get a roll percentage on the side.
God damn it.
Coward, make your own decisions.
Yeah, eventually when it gets time, I'll get Julian and Gloob awake and we can head out and stop making weird distractions for the employees at the inn.
Gloob, you left a gross, bloody tub full of water up there.
Gloob is going to be the cleanest one of us.
It's not like they're going to continue to use that water afterwards.
No, it's not. I'm just saying for his benefit, if he just kind of went up there and just soaked in it for a while and then got up later, he's like, ugh. Don't know how you feel about it. Maybe you don't care. I don't know, but it's gross.
I mean, is there a drain or a bucket for to empty this, or?
No, it's like that forever now.
No, it gets like hauled out, in and out.
Well,
they don't have indoor plumbing. So
all right, cool beans.
I'm not strong enough for it, so
it's gonna notify somebody that there's a gross blood tub upstairs. Okay,
sure. I'll go down.
Possibly full of venomous liquid or poisonous liquid.
Yeah, just watered down. They'll be okay. I'll go up to Hannah. I was like, all right. Good morning. Thank you for the bath. It's gross.
No trouble.
My bad.
Yeah, you are less bloody.
Yeah. Your tub is the opposite.
Oh, goodness.
Anyways.
Darren. Yasm. Please go get the tub cleaned out before any guests wake up. Yasm just goes on upstairs like, here, fight.
Yeah, makes sense. Anyways.
Yes.
I got this for you on our exploits and bearskin rug.
Oh.
For you.
Oh.
And
my.
And your kindness.
Just kind of reached out a hand. Well, this is very nice. You didn't like steal this, did you?
Oh.
I'm
Okay.
not there.
Why is that your first assumption?
I
because I'm a frog?
No, because people don't just give nice things out like this most of the time. It's kind of strange. But I mean, I won't say no, thank you. Just kind of looking over it and just kind of brings it the rest of the way around the counter. I'll probably have to wait until I can move some of the furniture around in here, but it'll liven the place up a bit.
That is not how I thought that would go. You have a good day. Bye. And I will walk outside to my friends.
You too. Has a rolled up bearskin rug behind her bar. Yeah, your friends they are tired looking and gross.
All right, let's get this over with.
Oh, I felt great. That was a good power nap.
Y'all feel like shit. Probably.
Yeah. Immense amounts of shit.
Yep.
I got the pipe going, full on nicotine wakefulness.
It's your boy Gandalf, the midget.
But the past few years he's had, Julian's accustomed to feeling like shit, so.
Accustomed
I guess
to feeling
it's
like
probably still not ideal
No, but it's
necessarily.
Like, all right.
Yep, still sad.
But
Okay, so in any case,
y'all, all right. So yeah, y'all make your way back
Oh my
over
god.
to the jail, looking like garbage and like you probably just slaughtered some hobos or something. I don't know.
hell yeah.
At this point, it's a different guard. Younger guy, a little spindly looking. Kind of.
We're here for the lizard man
Wispy.
interrogation. We brought him in earlier.
Okay. Did y'all bother to wake up Ned or Oceanus for this? By the way,
No.
They both crashed out. Okay, cool. Just
Yeah.
curious. Yeah, they said you'd be coming. I thought y'all might be little less gross covered and okay. Yeah, just kind of opens the door. Sergeant, the merchant adventures, the guys the council sent out to take care of the boat are here. Yeah, bro. Have them come in. You know,
Well, thank you.
kid gestures y'all inside. Like, yeah, go on in. Yeah, whatever.
Yep, head on in.
Yeah, you guys
Thank
go
you,
on
sir.
in. Same bald dude sitting there. Looks kind of grumpy. Got a mug of something steaming on his desk. And, hey, they've moved a bit. You go right down the very end. Ellie
Alright,
and some
so-
guards are there.
Thank you.
Sir.
Grunts.
Okay. Well,
Make your
All
way
right.
down and see a couple of guards standing outside of a noticeably nicer looking cell. Somebody just roll some perception checks for me real quick.
Everybody?
Yep, everybody roll perception check.
23.
23, Jakob.
1?
1.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, 11.
11, much better.
Apparently, all of my rolls today are going to be either 13 or 14. I rolled another 13.
Okay, 13. Gloob.
Well,
12.
This isn't-
It wasn't a hard check. Just wanted to see if anybody like super botched. Y'all
Okay.
all notice to varying degrees that kind of on the outside of this cell that there seem to be runes that kind of are carved on not only kind of spider webbing out on the floor and kind of away on a bit on the ceiling as well as on the walls, leaving it, as well as there seems to be these similar runes and stuff carved, like etched more into the bars of the cell itself, which is noticeably, everything is of noticeably better make. The wood is nicer, the metal seems more pure, all that fun stuff. You have a couple guards standing very readily at attention outside of this cell. As y'all approach, and you can kind of see through the bars that Eleander is inside with 2 additional guards, with both lizardmen sat and tied to some chairs, spaced pretty evenly apart, and you would see that there are similar rune work kind of working in concentric circles from where the 2 lizardmen are sat, kind of spanning outwards before exiting, kind of up to the door itself.
All right. Well, Leander, how you doing? It's been a pretty long night.
Kind of turns from where he was sat opposite the lizardman. Good to see that you were all okay. And were, as far as we can tell, successful. Come in. Can't really talk to him at all. Your assistance will be appreciated.
Of course.
The long and short of it is a lot more wild than you would expect. I'm not going to cut any crap with you. These smugglers, they're carrying weapons to the lizard folk. I'll pull out the shield. This stuff.
His eyes just narrow.
Here's a letter, signed with the same symbol on the shield.
Just holds out his hand.
Yeah, I mean, I handed it to him.
Scans it briefly. This would not appear to be the first shipment that they have received.
You know why they're doing it?
I can't imagine that it's for anything good.
How do you feel about Swahagan?
Swahagan? Oh, yeah. Swahagan, whatever. However you say their name. Just looks you.
Bart said it that way.
Right, yeah, you're good. It just fucks me up because I always want to say Swahagan myself, so just like, I can't say that I'm too terribly fond of them. They occasionally waylay royal vessels of the Navy when they feel like they can get the upper hand.
Well, these lizard folk and their whole tribe and a whole bunch of merfolk and other creatures in the sea were getting geared up to take the fight to the Swahagan, and that's what they needed all these weapons for. So,
really,
these people are on the ship to make sure the shipment got sent where it was supposed to be going. So really,
and where is that?
Their tribe on the dance?
In the Dunwater.
You will note, previously, Eleander has been like mostly armored up, but like without his gauntlets and no apparent weapon. He is now fully armored up, gauntlets and all, with a longsword at his hip. The Dunwater.
That's right. That's what they said.
And they need these armaments to fight Swahagan.
Yes, sir. That's what they said. With merfolk and what were those? What do you say, Jacob? What were the other ones?
Cole?
Locatha?
Cole?
Yeah, Locatha or something like that.
Yeah, Locatha.
You're telling me lizardmen allied themselves with other tribal peoples of the water to fight the Swahagan right on our doorstep.
Yep.
Sounds dire, does it not?
It sounds convenient.
They'll definitely help keep down the number of Swahagan if they are telling the truth. Prevent more raids.
I can't say that I've heard or gotten any reports of Swahagan incursions this close to shore.
And you spend much time underwater?
I spend my time protecting the people of Saltmarsh and those that reside on the surface.
And I'm sure
and
by
that
reducing...
includes from these lizard folk.
Well, sir, these lizard folk, they didn't seem to intend any harm on Saltmarsh. They seemed to just want to get back to their tribe to help them fight Swahagan.
We made ourselves their problem.
Not the other way around.
Really? And if they're lying, and they intend to harry or even attack the town of
I'm sure-
Saltmarsh itself.
I'm sure by now you've seen the way them two look at each other. You can tell one of them said something he wasn't supposed to.
Looks kind of overshadow. That one has made some attempts to assault the other. We weren't quite sure the reason.
Either them lizard folk are some of the best actors I've ever come across, or I can say them facts are pretty solid.
I prefer to decide on my own. I will question them myself, if you don't mind.
Of course.
If you would be so kind as to act as translator. Just kind of turns around and sits back down in his chair facing the lizard folk and kind of gestures for you to step forward, Jakob. Now, I would like you to ask them what they were doing on board that smuggler's vessel.
Do you want me to just say what you're saying?
If you're just
want to do a direct dialogue?
unless you are wanting to edit any of the questions he's asking.
I'm going to play with some wispy magic energy in my hand while this conversation's going on. With yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Now I hate to remind you.
Yeah, what's up?
19 plus 2 intimidation.
Our good friend the Odix in chat did roll wild magic earlier.
He did roll wild magic earlier. Trying to remember
Oh,
what
shit.
let me
I
re-roll
forgot
on
about
my
that. Nice.
re-roll on my table here.
Prestidigitation. Oh shit.
That's a
Who lights the room on fire?
30. Oh, I'm not doing that. I'm not pulling up another table to roll on for that. This is stupid. I hate this. I gotta find a better one. Kind of as you this is actually strangely helpful. As you're doing this, Bart, you're casting it, and this wispy magic makes its way up and kind of pours into your mouth a little bit, and seems to solidify on your teeth, giving you kind of some fangs, which it's number
Holy
56
shit.
on the table. Yeah. So
All right.
yeah, extra creepy. So that was actually a really good one. I need to find a table that has less stuff that's like, yes, it does numbers to the things you do. Which is not what I'm looking for. I gotta find a better
I will
chart.
get you a D1000.
Yeah, kind of. Actually, that's pretty good, the Odyx. So something like that. So a little more goofy than just straight intimidating. Looks kind of like Julian's teeth, except they're really not built for your mouth. But they kind of both look up at you when Jakob starts translating for Eleander, and both look fairly shook. Even the one that was more aggressive previously.
All right.
You repeat Eleander's question, Jakob, and the one that has been aggressive just kind of bares his teeth at you, kind of looking away from Bart. The other, I told you already. We were getting weapons for our tribe to fight the Swag, and damn it, Kent. Just kind of looking at you. You just kind of directly relay back to Eleander.
Yeah.
As you're talking the whole time, he just kind of is like, until you translate for him, he's just kind of looking over the lizard folk as they speak, telling me, which races are partnering, allying with the lizard folk in this battle.
to the lizard folk.
Yep. Just vote. The Keelants, Lakatha, and Merfolk. The same four as before. Nods. They are located in the Dunwater. Any changes?
Nope.
Nods. Yes, on the Dunwater, where we were forced to retreat. Well, reading lizards is not the same as reading normal folk, but I can't say I'm convinced that they're lying, but ask him if his people would be willing to talk. Kind of look like eyes darting around, looking at the guards, looking at all of you, looking back at Eleander. Tell your sub-chief that we are willing to make the worst of bedfellows if it means protecting our people. Interesting.
Julian nods. He relates.
Very well. Interesting. Do not have the power to make decisions on my own in this town. I will be bringing what you all have found before the council, of course. You all will be paid for services rendered. However, you all are quite capable. Perhaps you would be willing to do more for more coin.
What did you have in mind? Going through the Dunwater?
Yes.
I think that might take some time to prepare for the journey, but
Of course, it's no rush.
Yeah, we just got to Saltmarsh. There's no we don't need to go up there. We got tons of stuff. We're good on money for a while.
Lots of things
What-
cost money.
We'll
We'll
sleep on
sleep on it.
Sleep on it.
Yeah.
That is all I ask. And if you're wishing to stay in Saltmarsh, well, if what they're saying is true, won't be much Saltmarsh left if it's overrun by Sahuagin. So, do think on
Gloob internally shits himself with the thought of going back up closer to home.
it. Understandable.
Much better than externally shitting yourself.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
Gloob don't have no pants.
He doesn't have pants. Very
Apparently
well.
me and Kent are like on the same wavelength tonight.
These two will be continued to be kept safe until the council convenes and we speak to you again.
Of course. I'll warn him that the angry one wants to kill the other one.
I gathered. They will be kept in separate cells once again. Not to worry. Well, when a consensus is reached, a summons will be sent for you all. Good day.
When do you think that consensus might get reached? Maybe say after lunch, sometime in the afternoon.
Most likely will be
Yeah, don't
a
rush.
bit of an emergency meeting. This is quite important. I'm sure that they will all be thrilled to be spending hours in the chamber. But as needs must when it comes to duty. Thank you for your time, gentlemen.
This guy says they're going to be spending hours in the chamber for their duty.
And he completely straight. Y'all can't even see this dude's mouth behind his mustache. It's just like completely just like his mustache like twitches and stuff when he talks. That's all y'all get from him. Good day, gentlemen. I'm sure we will speak soon.
Oh, good night.
Understandable. Good day. Kind of stands up, gestures to guards, move them back to their cells. Kind of just striding out with 2 of the guards stand behind, move these guys, 2 of them flanking him as he exits the jail proper. So, I imagine as you all head back to the snapping line.
As soon as we get out of the jail area, I'm going to start prestidigitating all of this horrible shit off of everybody.
The guard outside is fascinated as you undisgusting your clothes with just a pass of your hand. It's like, well, that's really exciting.
Julian will kind of join in, although his prestidigitation has to be water-based, so it's more like moving a glob of water over his clothing and steam cleaning.
It's a little grosser considering the contents of what are dirtying your clothes.
Yes.
Nasty blob of water.
Yeah. Once it's like completely clean, just kind of bloop.
Yeah, there's nastiness just kind of like scraped off of you guys onto the ground. But y'all make your way back to the snapping line for a well-earned early morning's rest. Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, Gloob, that went pretty well. They didn't even ask for the whole shipment yet. Might be able to keep all them weapons.
I will note, there hasn't really been enough time for them to make their way search the whole boat and make their way all the way back.
Yeah.
So.
You did a really good job there, Bart. I don't think I could have done any of that.
What are you talking about? You did all the talking. You're the one who translated everything, and you were right. I mean, we could have kept them alive, and who knows? Could have saved all of Saltmarsh. Could be a hero. More than you already are. Hell, we're all heroes. If I wasn't so damn tired, I'd have a drink.
Oh, I'll have a drink after.
Julian's already
night's rest.
en route to
the
bedroom.
bed.
Yep.
So, if y'all, as long as y'all are all making your way to bed, get a good sleeping going on. Heads in the pillows. Never felt anything softer in your life. Sore muscles and aching bones. Go to rest, and we zoom out on the town of Saltmarsh, even though it's the middle of the day or early in the morning. That is where we will leave you, my friends, as we call the session for the night. With much excitement ahead and much action behind. Whatever will our heroes get up to?
Probably getting their shit kicked in again.
Saltmarsh. Hey, people like money, and y'all are capable folk. Y'all are kicking ass, taking names. As far as they're concerned, y'all are 2-0. Ain't no losing. Y'all don't take no L's.
Did we have a line of sight to the coast as we were going through? Did we see if that tiefling ship is still docked?
Let me double check the map. Actually, I think you do, if I recall correctly. Which they had just arrived, more or less. Yeah, I'd say y'all could see out there, and y'all saw masts, and it looked like hers was still there.
Good shit.
Yeah. So, thank you everybody for joining us this evening. I really enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for playing. I find myself enjoying it more every time. As we get deeper in, y'all get to do more stuff. Characters get more built out. Y'all get to talk more. It's such a good time, man. Please join us here on Hard Knock Dice, everybody, on our Wednesdays when we do Tavern Talks, where we talk about random stuff as pertaining to D&D and just general chill fun times. And once again on Saturday, which is when we have our Eberron campaign, which is run by, I can't point in the right direction, Gloob, our boy Jonesy is our DM for that campaign, which has been going on longer, and in which myself, Bart / Kent, and Julian / Cody also play in that game. And we have lots of good fun times over much higher levels, so you can do more stuff and get our shit kicked in by more exciting monsters. It's a good time. But yeah, until next time, everybody, all have a good night. We'll see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.